10 a.m. Good morning from Vanderbilt Health Football Center at Titans Training Camp. I'm Lucas Panzica. Coordinator speaking this morning. Offensive coordinator Brian Daboll said of Cam Ward's 2-interception day yesterday, quote, lesson learned as Cam gets ready to retake the practice field today. Defensive coordinator Gus Bradley speaking now. In other NFL news, Bijan Robinson has signed a record-setting deal with the Atlanta Falcons. It is a 3-year contract with a money of $75 million for the Atlanta Falcons. For all your foundation repairs and waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone. Hello, good morning. Welcome to another day of Titans Training Camp. Fueled by Hattie B's Hot Chicken. We have so much to get to today. Cam Ward looking to bounce back from a 2-interception day yesterday. Coordinator speaking this morning. A birthday on the show. But first, we go live to catch the last couple minutes of defensive coordinator Gus Bradley's media availability.
5 weeks from now, and it'll be the same thing. But it's building that mindset consistently, to get off. And I've had conversations with Jeffrey about it. He's excited about that part of it.
How's Anthony Hill been coming along in the system?
He's done a nice job. We've got him at one position right now, the Mike position, because there's quite a bit on that plate. But I've seen him as far as handling the defense, addressing the defense, taking charge of the defense. And then there's a lot of things happening in practice, right? And it doesn't seem to faze him. He's not there yet, but the progress he's made. He's really done a nice job this offseason till now, changing his body type, becoming a pro and how he goes about doing things. I shouldn't say becoming. I think he always had that mindset. I think we're just challenging him to take it to another level.
He was such a playmaker in college. How do you, I'm sure you want that at this level, but how do you balance the accentuating that versus the stuff in Mike where you have to know everything and know the responsibility in other guys too right now?
Right. We have a lot of just likes in our defense, so there might be multiple packages. Shoot, we've had, we got Tony and Ben were here last year, and there's some things that they did really well last year that we're trying to incorporate. As long as there's just likes. Hey, this is just like this defense. This is just like, and in our style of defense, that's what we try to do. It appears like it's a lot, but for our players, it kind of calms the world down. So he's understanding that part of it. Hey, I'm a hook dropper. I could be a left hook, a right hook, a strong hook, a weak hook, but I'm a hook. It's just like this. And, we're hopefully that will kind of, we're all in this race to maturity. It's not, hey, we got to get him ready to play 3-4 years from now. People want him to play now. So everybody's in that race of maturity, and that's what we're trying to do with some of our younger guys.
4-3 as opposed to 3-4. How much more does that allow you to mix and match groupings, with your defensive ends and defensive tackles and move guys outside and move guys?
Right. So in our defensive line, I think the versatility of all the players is important. Like you got a Jacob and a Jermaine, and you see him, there's some different body types in there, what we're looking for. John Franklin Myers, he can play big end, he can play end, he can play inside, and that gives us the flexibility to give some different looks. So, we have our traditional 4-3 spacing, but there's some curveballs in there too, right, that give a different chance. And for us to have those curveballs, we need a certain type of skill set. And I think that's when you look at the defensive line and say, boy, there's guys playing ends, but they have different body types. It's with that vision in mind.
How would you describe maybe what the banter is like on a daily basis, Cam, between you and Brian? And I know trying to make each other better, but what's the competitiveness like between you guys?
Yeah, I think that, you're trying to elevate the level of practice. I think that's been ingrained in me since being with Pete Carroll. I mean, it's anything, playing music at practice and, how many beats per second does that song have? And, and everything was guided towards, having the most competitive practice possible. And, that banter and with the players, everything's with the goal is saying we've got a certain amount of time on this field. It's important to make it like a competitive cauldron. Let's make it highly, highly competitive, a lot of energy, because we feel like we can squeeze everything we can out of it.
A lot of the quarterbacks, they talk about third down, how things change, and that's the money down where they make their money. As a play caller, coordinator, Do you change? How do things change?
Yeah, I think you get more creative, and on third down you do some different looks, but it's evolving, right? Like shoot that get back on track. It's 2nd and 12. What's your mindset then? So it all comes back to somehow affecting the quarterback and getting him off schedule and getting those 3rd, 7, 8, 9, 10 ranges rather than living in 3rd and 2 to 3 or 3rd and 3 to 4. So, I think it's our style. You watch us, you'll see different nuances, different things that maybe you wouldn't see on 1st and 2nd down. A little bit more, bullets, I guess, in the chamber.
When you and Robert went about putting together the defensive staff, why was there a premium on having a specialized nickels coach?
We just felt like when I was at like Indy, we didn't have a special nickels coach. Robert was a big believer in that just because he felt like, boy, they really need even more individual time. Because the nickel has evolved to where, they're on the field 75% of the time. It's like it's not, hey, this playing nickel and, you're out there 20% and we can get it done with a group. But it's so specialized now and what we ask them to do that it's evolved with the package, because some of the things we did at San Francisco, maybe we haven't done in the past. Coming together, putting our thoughts together and saying, hey, how can we evolve this? We're asking more of that nickel spot. And so it's...
What kind of ways? How is it specialized? How is it more?
Well, you look at everything that you ask him to do, right? Like he's got multiple drops, the blitzing path, the blitzing technique that he uses. Sometimes he's at the line of scrimmage, so there's just different things, learning how to drop. So when you have individual and you can take him and just work those specific things, we're just looking for a higher level of execution. Okay, thank you.
Titans defensive coordinator Gus Bradley meeting with the media downstairs. Practice getting ready to start. Brian Dable, John Bones Fossil have spoken, and we are set to take in another day with all eyes on Cam Ward and the offense. Welcome into the show. Buck will be up shortly, I would imagine. I'm Lucas Panzica, Zach Kroll making it happen back at the studio. And the birthday boy is here, Robert Walsh, who turns 23 today, live from training camp. Happy birthday, buddy.
I appreciate you, buddy. I've gotten a lot of well wishes today. I appreciate everybody. Excited to be out here at training camp. There's nowhere else I would rather be on my birthday, and you can't convince me to say anywhere else I would rather be. Maybe
Ravens training camp.
No, because I'd have to be like a business person there. I'd have to be like forward thinking and not be a fan and fangirl out when Lamar makes a throw and be like, I love you so much. I wouldn't be able to say that there. I can keep it strictly professional here. Front forward facing Bert.
What would you like to see today? If you could have one birthday gift out at Titans training camp practice, what would you like to see?
Oh, I would like Morgan Cox to come up here and regale me of holding for Justin Tucker's then NFL record field goal against the Detroit Lions for a 16-3 victory.
Nice.
16-15 victory, I believe. Maybe it was 15-12. I don't know. Somebody look it up. Matt Elam picked off Matthew Stafford. I remember that.
Okay, we will effort that from Morgan Cox, the Ravens, VFL, and now Titans legend. So we are happy to have Robert for the last day this week, right? You are off. No, you're here tomorrow.
I'm
and you're
on the
off
show
after
tomorrow.
The show.
Well, we were back in studio, so we will all get to see me in my non-sweaty glory before I ship off for a undisclosed North Carolina beach where I will be unreachable.
Oh, undisclosed. You don't want people showing up and tracking you down this weekend.
Yeah, it's a private soiree kind of thing, invite only. I don't want to make anybody feel bad for not being invited, but no one is invited. But maybe I'll be drunk enough on Friday to call in. Who knows? I do have the hotline number, so I could just break through and have Kroll patch me in.
Okay, we'll look forward to that. So a lot of stuff today from the coordinators, but obviously topic A on everybody's mind is Cam Ward and the day that he had yesterday. Some good, some bad, but the problem, Bert, is the bad is the stuff that is ultimately the concern with Cam Ward, right? And it's crazy how almost identical. The 2 interceptions were carbon copies of each other. Cam flushed out, rolling to the right. He does have an open, easier option, but he looks to make the big play, throws back across his body. On the first instance, it was Amani Hooker picking it off and running it back for 6. On the second instance, it's Jermaine Johnson who ends up with the ball in his hands. Both times, ill-advised throws from Cam Ward. Brian Dable says, lesson learned, the beauty of that is we get to find out here in the next couple of hours.
Well, and in training camp, it's okay to have those throws. You're learning one of two things in training camp when you make a mistake like that as a quarterback. You're learning a lesson or you're learning a limitation. Was it a Cam limitation on those throws that gave him the confidence to try to make that throw? I don't think it was a limitation. I think it was a lesson. You need to know, hey, all that throwing across your body crap that worked sometimes last year is not always going to work. In fact, I don't know very many limitations Cam would have. I mean, he's not the most athletic guy, but when you're out here, it's good to try those things out. Everybody has picks in training camp. Look across the NFL. Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow is throwing balls off of offensive lineman's helmet. Patrick Mahomes is doing the same. I think Lamar has had 3 picks in the last 2 days. It happens. There's no need to sound the alarm bell yet. Just see how they respond the next day.
And if you're going to see Cam Ward throw interceptions, you would like for them to be as easily correctable as possible, right? And that feels like the most correctable play, right? The most correctable mistake for a quarterback. Hey, don't do this. But that does have to be the hardest line to walk for Brian Daboll and this offensive coaching staff. I mean, literally, Robert, Cam's first career touchdown in the NFL is what we saw yesterday, but all the way to the extreme where he's rolled out to the sideline and launches it across his body. That thing travels about 55 yards in the air, and yes, Alec Iomanner comes down with it. It's an electric play, SportsCenter top 10, all of these things against the Rams. That stuff has to stay in your mind, right? Think about that play and even subconsciously the presence that it probably holds in the back of Cam's mind. Your first career NFL touchdown came as a product of doing that. So are they ever going to be able to completely wipe that aspect away from Cam's game? Probably not, and you probably don't want them to. There are certain things that could make him special as a quarterback. He has to learn to walk that fine line of when to take those risks and when not to. Both times he took those risks yesterday, it ended up in a turnover. Now, Cam did some good things, right? The connection with Wan'Dale Robinson down the middle of the field was on point. He was cutting it loose quickly. Deep shot to Calvin Ridley, a couple of those. A nice touchdown pass down the left side. Late in team drills. There was a lot of good from Cam Ward yesterday, but hopefully the bad is easily correctable. And like we said, Daboll says lesson learned, but we'll find out whether or not that's actually true here over the next few practices, I guess.
And another piece of it is you still want to get something out of the rep, right? I mean, replaying it in my mind, I wish we had it in front of us so it was top of mind, but there was pressure in Cam's face on both of those plays. So in his head, maybe he's like, you know what, let me get a throw rep out of this, even if it's the wrong throw. Let me get something out of this and see if I can squeeze something out. It didn't go his way, but I would still rather him do that and learn something than to just dirt the ball when pressure's there and learn nothing.
Sure, but at the same time, dirting the ball in those instances
would show a little maturity.
Is proof of him learning something, right? So
I agree.
We'll see how this develops. Again, it was literally the first day of padded practice, but this is what you want in training camp. You want those moments, those sort of hinge points for us to use as a reference point and build off of in a way that can at least educate us a little bit about Cam's progress during training camp. So we'll see how that manifests itself today. We are live at Vanderbilt Health Football Center up here on the SeatGeek Terrace. We are surrounded by fans. It's a great turnout again today. Another gorgeous day, a little muggier, a little hotter than it was yesterday, but a beautiful day for some football. We are live on 104.5 The Zone TV as well, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch, where you can chime in on the F&M Bank chat. Other than Cam Ward, what are you most looking forward to on your birthday as you watch Titans practice?
My favorite drill to watch, one-on-ones. I believe we are getting offensive, defensive one-on-ones today. So wide receivers, DBs, offensive linemen, defensive linemen, linebackers, running backs, the whole shebang. So one-on-one, and we all know in one-on-ones.
Happy birthday to you.
That's right.
Happy birthday to you.
Get this man some ice cream.
Happy birthday, dear Robert. Happy birthday to you. I'm so out of breath.
Hey.
Oh, my God.
Somebody get this man some ice cream.
More ice cream.
Is this my hemorrhoid cream?
Yes, that's
Yes.
extra strength.
A lifetime supply.
Industrial size.
Can I
Who are we
open-
kidding?
can
That
I
would
open it
last
right
you
now?
a month.
Hemorrhoid cream.
Oh, my gosh.
It would not last you a month. You're right. What is that?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. It's a metal detector.
Yes, it's a metal detector.
Yeah.
You have no idea how hard that was to get by security.
Yeah. The metal detector through the metal detector.
Let me tell you, that was an explanation.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Do you think they will let me use this on the Titans field if I'm out there in drills using my metal detector?
Yes. Are you? Do you have the right to keep anything you find under the Titans practice? You're just digging stuff up.
That's the way it works.
Nothing in the media rules says that you can't dig out here. Oh, and Kirby's saying there are
No, there's
rules.
not. There's not. I read the whole 4-page.
I didn't say anything. You're not allowed to
This year.
dig. I think it said you're allowed to dig during individuals. So
Something like that.
I will be doing that.
Something like that. Happy birthday.
Yeah, thanks,
you
buddy.
Take that with you on your trip this weekend.
Oh, I can't wait. At the undisclosed beach getaway.
Take this with you as well.
Beach.
I've been
What
waiting to
undisclosed beach?
give this to you. This is a hot sauce that I brought back from Brazil from a local sports bar in my mom's hometown.
Oh, is this the smoky stuff? Is this what we tried at your house?
That's the smoky
oh,
stuff.
Man.
Take that with you. Put it on whatever seafood you're cooking up this weekend.
Oh,
I'm sure
Kirby,
there will
what'd
be a
you
lot
get
of
me?
it.
He can't. He got you an engineer
A
that
not
doesn't know what he's
working
doing.
microphone.
After a lot of thought.
Kirby just twisting, turning every single
One of these has gotta
until
work.
one of them works.
What, Kirby?
I got you a cigarette
Yes!
from my pack.
The
But you're
finest.
going to be
The
required
finest
to use
vintage.
your own lighter.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Because you always keep mine.
I only have a magnifying glass. so
Megan
that'll
is texting me to wish you a happy birthday as
Oh,
well.
Meg! Oh, I'm being showered.
showered.
It's my first
Cheyenne.
shower I've had in weeks.
Cheyenne was worried that nobody at the Titans practice facility would
Oh
know
my
it was Robert's
gosh.
birthday. She
Oh,
wanted
everybody
to make sure.
knows.
She literally told me she was going to buy me a birthday sash to wear at practice, to which I said no. I told her I'm not going to do any of that. She told me she was going to get me a pin, like a button that's like birthday boy. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to wear that. I'm not going to Titans practice like that. But I will accept the cigarette.
That sauce looks like it should be refrigerated. Is there mayonnaise in that? What's in that?
Is mayonnaise in his?
I'm just saying. It looks like it's something that should not sit out for
well,
an extended
all of the
period time.
ingredients are in another language. So.
Give me that. Pop it in the ice cream cooler.
Excuse me.
Excuse me, miss.
Cream maidens.
I need to
Can
store this foreign sauce.
There is not mayonnaise in this.
Okay.
Yes.
It
There
just
are eggs and oil.
Okay, if there's eggs, then it probably should
Does
be in
it
a
say
fridge.
huevos on there?
How long has that been sitting in your
No,
bag?
don't see any eggs. Let's see. There's peppers. There's
Here, for your birthday, I got you gastrointestinal disease.
Yeah. I did have to take a shower bath this morning because my tummy was a little upset.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I think you're actually good. I think this will hold up.
Okay,
Heck yeah.
very good.
I don't know what makes it creamy, but
We'll find out later. That's the secret. Off to a rip-roaring start on this day 2 of padded practice at the Titans practice facility. We will let Robert unbox his metal detector. Stick around. I'm Buck Rising. It's 104.5 The Zone. Welcome back to the show, fueled by Hattie B's Hot Chicken, the best hot chicken in the world. Is not even close. We're hanging out at the Titans practice facility today. We have day number 2 of padded practice for the team. We will see how things carry over from one day to the next. We'll have a little bit of play-by-play action for you at 11 o'clock. That was a lot of fun yesterday. Lucas and Robert did a great job, so we will dive back into that since there are fans again at practice today, which means that we can tell you what's happening in real time. 615-737-1045 is the number if you want to jump in at any point. You are welcome to do so. We are also live streamed Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch if you want to hang out with us here on the delightful and shaded SeatGeek Terrace, because it is not hot like training camp real hot just yet, but this is probably the most temperature affected day that we have had. There is not many clouds in the sky. Certainly the ones that are in the sky are not above the 3 practice fields, and they are on field 1 today, so we have a great vantage point with which to share with you. So you guys started talking, or you guys started the show carrying a little bit of Gus Bradley, and then you started to talk about Cam's day at practice yesterday, Lucas.
Yeah, so 2 picks, both picks carbon copies of one another. Yep. Essentially. There was some good in there, too. There were some explosives from Cam. He did dirt the ball on a couple of occasions.
Mostly good.
Yeah.
Mostly good.
I would probably like 80, 85% good from our uneducated
without
eye.
watching the film and seeing where the corrections were for him yesterday, you came away feeling largely positive from the Cam Ward practice.
But our conversation was essentially, okay, if that's going to happen, is there a silver lining in it being the most correctable thing a quarterback, the most correctable mistake a quarterback can make, right? Hey, don't do that, right? That's not a misread, right? That's not Cam failing to recognize what the goal, the objective is for the offense on that particular play. That's just Cam.
Too tight.
Trying to do too much.
Too tight, bud. Too tight. Like it's a very, very tight window that you're trying to fit that ball into. You're going to get away with some. Those were 2 that he did not get away with. But that's, I don't know, is it that simple? Because that's what he does, right? He makes a move. He evades a defender. He throws across his body. That's the thing that he does.
Well, that's what Robert and I were talking about. Literally, his first career NFL touchdown that I imagine he will remember forever. That if Cam Ward turns out to be a good player for the Titans fans will remember forever because it was awesome. But it also falls under that category
of like touchdown.
Yeah,
against the Rams,
sprinting to the sideline, just yeeting it across his body, as the kids say, all the way to the left corner of the end zone. And it was a beautiful play. It was an awesome play, but it's the type of thing that isn't exactly taught to quarterbacks.
It's awesome because it worked, right? If he throws an interception or the ball falls incomplete, then it's like, all right, what are we doing out here? It is a very much results in hand opportunity. But to your point, it's the kind of thing that makes you go, holy hell. Now, how many guys can actually make that kind of a play? And the answer is really not that many in the NFL. So, you have to take the good with the bad because some of the things that make him good will also make him bad, right? In moments. And that's not to say that he can't continue to improve all the other things to be a net positive player. But again, it's just it's an example of him learning lessons in practice, which is exactly where you are supposed to learn lessons as a professional quarterback. Let's hear from Brian Dable, if we could, Kroll, at your convenience. If are we still sounding the siren to let us know when the audio is ready? Is that the way that this is working? Okay, very good. Let's hear from Brian Dable on Cam Ward and his day at practice yesterday.
Look, he scrambled out on a couple of them. He thought he had something, and he tried to put it in, and you can see it for a split second being open, and those close up. It's everything is a risk reward for the quarterback. Situation we're in, decision you make on a throw, throwing back across your body when you're rolling one way, it might work a couple times, but lesson learned. On those 2 plays, which is good. This is why we're doing it. But I don't ever, and I said that with the other quarterbacks I have, I want them to have an aggressive mentality. I want them to go after it. But at the end of the day, we're charged with making the right decision, all of us.
The job of the quarterback is to make the right decision, and Cam made 2 wrong ones yesterday, and those are the most glaring, right? But those will be the things that are highlighted, but doesn't mean that he had a bad practice day and that he can't learn from those mistakes. That's Brian Dable's point there.
And maybe a big part of it for Cam is recognizing, because he is capable of making those type of plays that most other quarterbacks are not capable of. He was the number 1 overall pick for a reason. But maybe for him it's about recognizing when it is and isn't there, right? Because on both of those occasions, it wasn't there. Defender was in a better position. Amani Hooker had it read the whole way. Jermaine Johnson was in that position. Like, maybe for a brief moment in Cam's eye, that play was available to be made. But for us looking at it, as the ball's coming out of his hand, it's, oh, no. And the pick happens.
Yeah, we haven't talked to him, right? He hasn't talked since, what was that? Is it the first day of camp that he was made available?
Yeah, around then.
So, we haven't had the opportunity to ask Cam from our perspective, hey, what'd you see there? What was kind of the thought process? Did you even see Amani Hooker, right? Because he made the throw like Amani Hooker wasn't anywhere in the vicinity, and then all of a sudden Amani Hooker does what he's been doing his entire professional football career, which is making a great play on the ball. So we are getting warmed up out here at the Titans practice facility. We can take your phone calls if you have questions on things that have happened at Titans practice in the first week and a half. We are in week number 2, padded practice number 2, so we'll see offensive line. We'll talk a lot about the offensive line, the defensive line competition again today. Had a lot of conversation yesterday about the running back situation, right? Nick Singleton getting a lot of work. Does that hold serve today, or do we see additional running backs? Because it did feel like, Lucas, we were calling Singleton's name out a lot.
Yeah, I feel like Nick Singleton could play a big role in this offense, man.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it's him or Tajay, right?
Yeah.
That's you gotta pick your poison, and that's what this is about figuring out.
And we haven't really noted, Tajay Spears hasn't flashed yet in camp. But if Tajay Spears goes on to have a great 2 or 3, 4 weeks of training camp, and he's making plays and he's catching balls out of the backfield, I feel like my mindset is still going to be like, okay, but can you stay healthy for a 5 to 6 week stretch in the regular season, right? Because we've seen Tajay make plays during training camp, and it unfortunately ends up becoming kind of a moot point because he's unavailable for the majority of the season. At least it feels that way. He's unable to really string together long stretches of availability, which was certainly the case last year. I mean, Tajay played in 13 games last year, which is kind of crazy because if I had to guess, and I think if most Titans fans had to guess, they'd probably say 7 or 8, 9 maybe. But he has played in the majority of games every season so far. His rookie year, he didn't miss a game. He played in 12 his second year, 13 last season. But doesn't it just feel like...
Well, he's a part-time player.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not a full-time starter.
He's not featuring, so
like, what are the touches? I mean, how many touches is he averaging a game?
He had 72 carries, which is a career low in his third season, and he had 45 catches, which was a step up from 2024.
Right, so part-time player, and he's got a number of different roles because... the way that I would counter what you're saying, Lucas, about him not popping necessarily or him not flashing in training camp is Ramon came up here and called him the 5th receiver, right? Because of the options that he provides, the answers to the tests that he can provide given the skill set that he has, the way that they can split him out wide if they see fit, the way that they can obviously motion him and use him in different formations, the way that they can deploy 2 running backs on the same field. The pony package is not something that we've talked about with he and Tony Pollard. I remember talking to Cosell when Callahan got hired and when Pollard was signed, hoping to see more of that, given that they both have plus receiving ability.
Yeah.
And then it can give you a little bit of diversity out of the same formations if you want to be sneaky about it, if you want to find ways to catch a defense on its heels, the way that the defense was caught on its heels when Will Levis ran in a touchdown yesterday.
Yeah, the naked boot. A great moment for Levis yesterday.
God knows he celebrated it, which, again, I feel like the guy does not need your sympathy necessarily, but I think it's okay for the guy to have a win.
It's okay. They can have fun. They can have fun out there.
Let him have
fun. Speaking of Spears in that group, when's the last time the Titans running back room felt this deep?
Well, you've never had to worry about depth necessarily, right? Except for 21 when Derek got hurt. I mean, you might say...
Tony Pollard coming off a career year.
Well, DeMarco and Derek.
Yeah.
And then you just you didn't have to think about it.
But
right?
Tajay Spears as an option, who we know can be explosive if healthy. Michael Carter, who, as we've talked about, has been a productive sort of third back.
Played a lot of football
in this league. Yeah, he's been around. And you draft Nick Singleton. And that's not even mentioning Khalil Mullings and Julius Chestnut that are getting carries in camp and will throughout the preseason.
Well, it's just, I guess, a question, because that would predate me if they had need of greater depth, right? Because this has never been a place necessarily that you were talking about more than one running back that often, right? This is a franchise, has had as a staple a bell cow running back, and now we're in a different era of Titans football where you will need more than one of these guys. You don't have a definitive Hall of Famer or somebody that you could make a case for the Hall of Fame in the backfield, right? That we know of yet. Not to slight anybody for things that they haven't yet done or what have you.
615-737-1045. Who has the most Hall of Fame potential in the Titans running back room?
You know what I mean? Like I'm not. I don't want to slight Nick Singleton. If Nick Singleton ends up becoming the next great Titans running back, what do I know? But that's not a conversation that you've really had to have. So I guess you may never have had a deeper running back room, but out of necessity, you absolutely have to have, because think about how different all of their skill sets are.
Yeah.
Mullings is not Spears, is not Singleton, is not Pollard, right? Like they do have some level of, what do I call it, Venn diagram in their skill set, but it's they all bring something different to the table depending on what situations that you're in. And obviously the focus of the conversation with Brian Dable today was situational offense. A lot of what we've seen so far in training camp, understandably so, is to practice situational offense.
So all eyes will be on Cam Ward again today and see if it is indeed lesson learned the day after.
Well, and that's going to be the fascinating part of days like today where we get to see back-to-back practices. And that's the benefit of training camp, right? Because we can actually learn things from day to day as opposed to, showing up here one day a week and then coming back, 6, 7, 8, 9 days later and trying to, marry what you saw the last time you were out here with what you're seeing on that particular day. How many practices do we think we get in before Hendon Hooker takes a team football snap?
Man, yeah,
will it happen?
He was just sitting back and watching.
That's been his experience since May.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a while since the Titans have had 4 quarterbacks in camp, right?
They've had guys, right? There's the Deshaun Kaiser running around from time to time. There's what's the guy that Simeon?
Trevor Simeon.
Who was the quarterback for Vanderbilt for a little while?
So Mo Hassan. Was that his name?
That's
yeah,
right.
He was barely at Vanderbilt.
Yeah, and he was barely with the Titans.
Yeah.
I think that might have just been a rookie minicamp. So, there are moments where the roster has had 4, especially at this time of year.
Yeah, I mean, Hendon Hooker is a camp body. Right. I mean, that's just what it is.
Another thing that we're looking for, Lucas, and I talked about, I guess we didn't really mention this. Robert mentioned this in the team drill play-by-play stuff that we were doing yesterday, how Jeff was kind of not taking it easy, but being a respectful practice partner because think about this, okay. The first day of padded practice in 2023, Brian Callahan's first year, what happened?
Jeff is swinging on dudes.
On who? J.C. Latham.
Yeah.
Right?
Who he got locked up with a little bit yesterday.
Right. So, okay, it's almost not the same situation, right? Because Jeff didn't swing at him when J.C. had a helmet on, and that's what got me in trouble with Jeff, if you recall. But Jeff was left in for the next play, and then what happened on the very next play? Dog pile fight, bunch of bodies around.
It was messy.
Jeff's losing his mind. And yesterday, we saw Jeff get, lock arms with JC a little bit. They were pushing and shoving and jawing and whatever.
More chatter than anything.
That's fine. More chatter than anything. Enough people came to the center to potentially have to break things up if need be. But what was Jeff like for the rest of the day? He was pretty damn good. He didn't let the rage overtake him and cost him a day of productivity, right? Where in previous years, you knew definitively that you would have to take Jeff Simmons off the practice field because he wouldn't be able to handle it.
It would only get worse.
He wouldn't be able to handle it. He would not be within control. So controlled rage from Jeff is a really, one, scary thing if you're the opposition, but 2, signs of legitimate growth. Because Robert pointed out also yesterday that Jeff, a couple of times was at the bottom of a pile, got up, came back to the play, didn't cause a stir about it, was going through the reps yesterday. You could tell that he could give them more if he wanted to really make a mess in the middle of the offense, but they're trying to accomplish things in practice, and Jeff was being a good practice partner that way. That's a huge, huge thing for a guy who's the most talented player on the field, for him to be showing that kind of growth at an advanced, stage of his career. I thought was an interesting observation yesterday, especially given the conversation we were having around him 2 years ago, which is that dude's out of control.
Zach, do we have anything to give away for what made people say, oh no, in sports this week?
We do. We have 2 tickets to see My Chemical Romance at Nissan Stadium on August 13th, plus a $100 gift card to Moments Peace Salon and Day Spa.
There it is. Yes, a $100 gift card to a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa, and 2 tickets to see My Chemical Romance. That's a concert you're trying to get to.
I want it. That is my middle school angst band right there.
Yeah.
Damn, I want to go to that show.
It's when, Kroll? When is the concert?
August 13th.
Okay. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what your work schedule's like. I don't know if you've got soccer.
It is the day of the Titans preseason opener.
Oh.
Titans preseason opener is a week from Thursday.
Okay. Well, that's so that's a game that is obviously going to be in San Francisco. So, 615-737-1045 is the number. Call in. Tell us what in sports made you say, oh, no, win a $100 gift card to a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa, plus 2 tickets to see My Chemical Romance in concert coming up next.
A day at the spa, the perfect gift for birthdays, anniversaries, or any occasion. Lavish and luxurious, yet affordable. A grand gesture, yet simple for you. The gift card from A Moment's Peace. Give her the gift she won't buy herself. An escape, a bit of luxury. Something special that shows more than just words. A gift from A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa in Cool Springs across I-65 from Galleria Mall. Call 615-224-0770 or go online at amomentspeace.com anytime.
The guaranteed offer is the simplest, least stressful way to sell your home. You go to our website, you fill out a quick form, we set an appointment, we bring you an all-cash offer. Literally, there's no lockbox on the front of your house, there's no showings, we pay all cash, we close in as little as 21 days, stress-free. We've helped thousands of homeowners just like you sell your home the hassle-free way with the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate.
opportunity to win a $100 gift card to a Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa and 2 tickets to My Chemical Romance. 615-737-1045 is the number. Call us and tell us what in sports made you say, oh, no. Lucas, have you seen this Deshaun Watson clip?
I have not.
It is about as oh no gets. The longtime embattled. How long has he been in Cleveland? 2021. He's been there for quite some time.
Yeah, I think so.
So let's call it the longtime Cleveland Browns quarterback. Was asked a question. He was asked a question yesterday about Cleveland, and he responded in a fashion about, people think I don't like Cleveland. I like Cleveland a lot, which, of course, why wouldn't you? Because they've stuffed your mouth full of money, you degenerate. And so he also, at a certain point, brings up that he would be open to signing a new contract with the Browns when the current one expires after this season. Quote, well, let me just let you hear from Deshaun Watson himself. Go ahead, Krill.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think, when I first got here, there was a lot of stuff going on, as the world knows. But I don't have no bad feeling towards Cleveland. I love Cleveland. Me and my wife, we got our house on the east side, so we here all the time. We were here this summer. If you ask around, I'm at pretty much all the restaurants. I'm hanging out, so I haven't had a bad experience outside of, just different times in the stadium. But again, I don't know why that narrative is out there that people think that I don't like Cleveland and my family. We've been enjoying it. We've been enjoying our time here, and yeah, that if the opportunity shows up, we'll see where it goes.
I'm sorry. Last year when you weren't playing, you were still in the meeting and helping Gabriel and Sanders in their rookie year.
His response, yeah, for sure. I'd be interested in signing a contract extension with the Cleveland Browns. I know you would. You just...
I love him saying...
You criminal.
I love him saying I haven't had a bad experience here outside of sometimes in the stadium. Other than the actual football that has been played.
Yes,
under the biggest guaranteed contract in league history. Other than that, it's been great. I love living here.
I mean, truly. Oh, no.
That's funny, man.
Just all things Deshaun Watson.
Okay, do you know the name Tariq Skubal?
I do. He's a pitcher for the Detroit Tigers.
Yes, until now. He is an L.A. Dodger. So, Skubal.
How about me knowing baseball?
Yes, this is a non-baseball show.
Big
Disclaimer. It is an upset for us to know who the back-to-back Cy Young Award winner is. One of the best pitchers in baseball. But
I wouldn't have known that.
He's one of the best pitchers in the game.
Okay.
And the entire baseball world is melting down because he is now an L.A. Dodger.
No.
But here's my oh no. My oh no is not.
We've got to be close to the trade deadline for them, right?
My oh no. When is the MLB trade
sorry to bog you down.
deadline?
It was yesterday.
It was
very
yesterday.
good.
Thank you, Zach. So my oh no is not the fact that Skubal is a Dodger and they continue to build a super team. And at this point, if they don't win another World Series, it will be seen as a huge shock and disappointment for that organization. But my oh no is, and I do hate that, by the way. I hate that the Dodgers can just do this and that baseball is a sport where you can do this. But my oh no is the entire baseball world melting down over it because...
Oh, no, I think they're right, Lucas.
Well, hang on. Here's the thing. He went for 3 prospects. Okay? It's not like L.A. ponied up something that nobody else could.
Yeah.
They just did something that nobody else would for one of the best pitchers in the sport. This is Skubal talking about the amount of negativity around his trade to the Dodgers.
Every team could trade for me. Every team could make that acquisition. I don't really sympathize with people that blame the Dodgers for anything they've done. They've developed a really good organization. They draft well. They acquire talent really well. They retain talent. It's a winning organization. Now the complaints seem to be because they've won the last 2 World Series. I don't think it was like that 3 years ago. So I don't really sympathize with people that are complaining because the Dodgers, do all the right things.
He went for 3 prospects.
Yep.
Like it wasn't some sort of king's ransom. So I understand it, and it sucks, but don't hate the player, hate the game, right? Literally anybody else in the league could have given up that sort of capital for the back-to-back Cy Young Award winner. They didn't, so the Dodgers did.
But can literally anybody else in the league afford him, right? Because of the way that this is why baseball is going to get locked out, because of the lack of salary cap. Because you can't have this.
Yeah.
Right? You can't have this perpetual, well, we can afford him, you can't. And yet, so, yes, what he's saying there is accurate. Any team could have given up 3 prospects for him. Not every team could take on his contract and Otani's contract and all these other
Justin
ridiculous, great players that
Kyle
they have
Tucker, not Justin
on this.
Tucker.
Yeah, it's okay, buddy. We won't do any more baseball.
Yeah, we should stop now. He makes his debut tonight, by the way, against the Chicago Cubs.
I'm just saying, like, it's an easy thing for him to get up there and say, anybody could have traded for me when you see the price. But when you don't realize that not everybody has that financial flexibility, which is the entire reason that sport's getting ready to lock out, which even I know, then you have to just kind of shrug your shoulders and be like, yeah, not really, bud. Kroll, do you have one?
I do. I just wanted to talk about the 49ers injury situation. I know we've hit it a lot on this show, but man, between Ricky Pearsall being out for the season, Mike Evans missing practice yesterday. Buck, your guy, Kamara, the defensive lineman, rookie from Indiana, he tore his ACL yesterday.
Oh, good.
We know what happened with Kyle Shanahan. Just what a disaster. I feel for this team. I do.
They're cursed. They're cursed. The 49ers and their injuries are just the stuff of nightmare because it's not just old players, right? Because they do have a lot of old players. But as Kroll just mentioned, it's a bunch of the new guys. They literally practice in the shadow of this electrical substation. And again, I don't know the science. John Lynch has been asked about the science. They have said it's not like they're trying to intentionally harm their football team, understanding that the logistics of picking up an NFL training camp right before a season starts and moving things would not be tenable. I'd be curious. I'm looking forward to asking Salo if he thinks there's anything to the electrical substation stuff. Obviously, given that he was in San Francisco in 2 different stints, most recently as the defensive coordinator. Very good. 615-737-1045. Kroll, who's first?
We have Jay in Spring Hill.
Okay, Jay, what's your own no?
Or do we?
Guess not.
All right, who's next? Kroll.
We have Eric in Nashville.
Okay, very good.
Hey, guys, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, guys, I'm just going to say, I don't care about the prize, but I think this is no you'll get a kick out of. So, guys, this past weekend, there was a Major League Baseball series between the Houston Astros and the Texas Rangers. And the umpire was getting into it with the Texas Rangers manager. They were yelling at each other, cussing and everything. All of a sudden, in the background, the young woman started singing God Bless America. They both stopped, put their hands over the heart while she's singing God Bless America, being very, very quiet. And as soon as the song ends, they get back to yelling and screaming at one another, and the umpire throws the manager out of the game. So that's my own no, the argument between the Texas manager, Ranger, and the umpire, and they stop in the middle of the girl singing God Bless America. Y'all take care, and we'll talk to you soon.
Patriotism, baby. That's great. Apparently, we have a new worst anthem.
Oh, my goodness.
I haven't heard it. I have intentionally avoided it because I want to hear it live on the show for the first time.
It was
that bad?
so great.
Okay.
We
will get to a lot of things that we haven't talked about tomorrow when we're back in studio. Because I want to talk about Jonah Hill threatening to whip everybody's ass because he takes jiu-jitsu. I want to talk about a number of different things that have happened that are not Titans training camp relevant that will afford us the opportunity to talk about when we are in studio tomorrow. Who's next, Kroll?
Zach, who we got?
Well, I think he might be fielding calls.
Sorry. We'll go blind to a caller.
No. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. No. I don't like that game, especially when I don't have control over the phones.
We have one right now.
You let me know when you're ready, and then I will take the person's call. I don't want to do that.
Gotcha.
I don't want anything to do with that when I can't control the phones. So we'll get you updated on a number of different things happening at Titans training camp here in just a little while. We are going through individual periods right now. We will have team play-by-play for you to an extent with Robert, Lucas, and me up here from the SeatGeek Terrace and telling you what happened in real time at today's practice. You said James is next? Jay in Spring Hill. Go ahead, Jay.
Hey, my oh no actually happened at a Ross store this past weekend. They had a Super Bowl LX1, the most recent one coming up, and it had the Super Bowl champions LA Rams pasted on the front of it.
Oh, no. That's pretty tough. All right, very good. Remember to stay on hold for the opportunity to win those tickets. Kroll, is that all we got?
We have one more, Randy in Clarksville.
Go ahead, Randy.
Randy.
Go ahead, Randy. I guess not.
Man, what a bust.
That was a terrible segment.
Yeah, that was rough.
What, Kirby? What are your thoughts?
The segment was the biggest oh no in sports this week.
It's been a while since we've had a stinker. I guess Jay gets the tickets by default. Well done by all. Not really. Bring better effort next time.
We've got some pretty big deals in the NFL world that came down today.
All right, we'll get you updated on the NFL news and get you caught up with what's happening at Titans training camp practice coming up next.
It is 11:01. Good morning from Vanderbilt Health Football Center at Titans training camp. I'm Lucas Panzica. The Titans are back on the practice field today. Team drills have not yet begun. Cam Ward trying to bounce back from a 2-interception day yesterday, where offensive coordinator Brian Daboll met with the media and was asked about it this morning, saying, quote, lesson learned. Cam taking the practice field again today. In NFL news, 2-time Pro Bowl running back Bijan Robinson is now the highest paid running back in NFL history, signing a 3-year extension with the Falcons worth up to $75 million. He will receive $51 million in guaranteed money. And this news just came down as the Ravens have signed their 2-time Pro Bowl wide receiver Zay Flowers on a 4-year, $140 million extension that includes $108 million in guaranteed money. For all your foundation repairs and waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Second hour is underway. We're happy to have you here at the Titans practice facility. The birthday boy is up here.
He got his birthday gift today.
Why, Zay Flowers?
Zay Flowers.
Okay, put the headset on. Make yourself useful. We're going to celebrate that. We're Robert Walsh, noted Ravens fan, here to celebrate his team getting a deal done with their top wide receiver.
They never pay them.
The receivers.
Torrey Smith, walk. Anquan Bolden, walk. Hollywood Brown, traded.
Yep.
They trade everybody. They don't sign nobody. But they
Until
signed.
now.
They signed my boy.
What are the numbers?
Well, 35 a year.
I mean, that's the market.
If that's what it costs,
that's what it costs.
That's what it costs to be the boss. That's what it costs.
There's your birthday gift, huh? I asked you what you wanted for your birthday today. You did not have a Zay Flowers extension on your mind.
No, I shot low. I said I wanted Morgan Cox to tell me about him holding for the record, or for him
for
snapping.
Justin Tucker's record field goal.
Right.
Do you want us to do that for you today? We could probably do that. Morgan's a nice man.
No, I don't want to bother him and be all sweaty. It's all good. But very happy. Very, very tickled over this because I was under the impression they were probably going to trade him.
Really?
Franchise tag him, trade him, like nothing that would have some finality to it, that would feel like, okay, this is done. We're going to have to deal with this in another calendar year. But pleasantly surprised. I saw that news as I was shooting D-line, and I had to let a little Irish jig out.
Well, it's time for some team drills. We got the 1v1s.
All right, let's get into it a little bit here on what looks to be a 2nd and 6, 2nd and 7. Cam Ward under center fakes the toss to Spears. Doesn't have anything downfield, so he just flips it into the right flat, scampering out of bounds for a pickup of, we'll call it 3 or 4 on the play is Gunnar Helm.
That's that sidearm throw that people love to see from Cam Ward. He kind of curves it around the defensive lineman who's tracked him down. Once he realizes he's got nowhere to go, makes a nice play there for a gain.
All right, so the ones on the field, this is where we get to see Cam Ward's potential bounce back from 2 interceptions yesterday. Again, he had a good day yesterday, but trying to correct those types of mistakes. He'll go back under center for 1st and 10. Titans offense on its own 31.
Communicating at the line of scrimmage.
Ward, quick screen, right side. Iomanner catches in stride and bullies his way across the 45. Alec Iomanner has continued to pop up in the early portion of padded practices.
Robert, how much do we think he cuts into Calvin snaps? We talked a little bit about yesterday, but like realistically, what is viable for a play? They're not the same position, obviously.
A little different, and I believe when the next-gen stats, the predictors came out before this year, Alec was predicted to catch like 6 balls for 83 yards. If there was an over-under on that, I would smash the over. But we can get to more about him and Calvin Ridley in a bit.
Deculus is the right tackle here right now. Not J.C. Latham, Austin Deculus, as Ward is under center on a 2nd and 4 on his own 34. Play action, Ward looking downfield, lofts deep left side, a little bit overshot for Calvin Ridley, I believe that is, in the crop top 0 blue jersey.
Yeah, Jermaine Johnson working against Dan on more one-on-one.
Now here comes Jeff.
There's Jeff, and is it JC?
We've got some face
JC
mask
wasn't out there.
grabbing going on.
Okay.
Some chatter.
I just paid Jeff a compliment for keeping it in control yesterday.
Are we allowed to talk about who is involved in this?
Yes, we can.
Started between Jeff and Schlotman, a little extracurricular after, trying to figure out who that was.
It's Latham again.
Latham is out there.
Was he in
Is
that
he a
play?
left tackle? Oh, now we've got some
Okay, we got a coach knocked down, Jeff getting pushed back, JC getting pushed back. That's bad form by JC. You got to keep your teammates up.
This is not great. Skoronsky rushing in to try to have some encouraging words for the team.
Yeah, so was JC at left tackle there?
It had to have been because Deculus was in the game.
Deculus was in.
No, because Dan Moore was one-on-one on the outside, so that means JC was playing guard.
Maybe they put him in at right guard.
Or JC might not have been involved in the play because he came from the backside to get in the fight. I don't even know if he was involved in that play.
Yeah, we'll see where he lines up here as they're back at it.
He's a right tackle.
Jeff is sidelined. JC is in at right tackle.
That's one of those plays you got to keep Jeff off for.
I think you're right.
They're still holding him back.
Yeah, he's scratched an itch that was there.
There's that guy I know.
1st and 10.
Look at him.
Offense on their own 36. Ward handoff straight up the gut. Pollard into the pile that gets pushed across the 40-45-yard line.
Okay, now Alec
and
a
now
defensive
more
back.
extracurriculars.
Marcus Harris. All right.
Guys, let's practice.
Getting heated.
Well,
Cam's getting in there with some words from for Harris.
And we get limited to about 6 plays. I mean, that's the problem with fighting. If you can fight and get it over with and be okay with just smacking each other and let's move on.
And now Salah's bringing the whole thing
It's a come to Jesus at Titans practice.
Well, yeah, let's get something done.
Yeah.
You know, like this is the worst version of training camp practices when you are so caught up. And I understand they're 300-pound rage monster against 300-pound rage monster.
Yep.
It's hot. You're pushing. You're shoving. Maybe you get cheap shot. Whatever. So I'm not going to say that you have to be on your best behavior every day, all the time, every time. But, like, when it starts to impact the productivity, which is, by the way, this is the first time we've seen anything like this. And, by the way, the first time we've seen Robert Saleh have to handle anything like this. You remember the scenario we were talking about earlier?
Yes, Callahan didn't handle it well.
Callahan blew it, right?
He didn't
that was
know how to
Callahan's
handle it.
first big boy moment as a coach, and he peed down his leg. Robert Saleh not letting things get any further out of control, bringing everybody in, making sure everybody daps each other up, break the huddle down.
Break it down. That's good
collectively.
Stuff. Good stuff.
They don't have a big enough T-shirt to put the whole offense and defense in the same one like my daddy used to do with me and my brothers. It's like y'all can either kiss and hug right now or y'all can fight in that T-shirt. Which
that
one
would
y'all
stop
want?
the fighting if you made them share. If you made 2 players share a T-shirt in front of all these fans here, just stand on the sideline.
Let's hope Jeff's day's not done and we can figure this out.
Yeah, he's just cooling off. Jeff is off to the side right now. So the 2s are in with Trubisky in the gun. This is going to be a 1st and 10 from the 30. Mitch Trubisky. High snap. He handles it. Handoff up the middle. No. Play action. Trubisky kept it and dumped it down.
That's a nice fake by the quarterback.
Very nice fake. He swallowed it up and got it off to KJ Osborne. Only ended up picking up a handful on the play. Maybe 6-ish yards. We'll see where they officially mark it.
James Williams on the stop, using those active hands we were talking about, trying to paw that ball out of KJ Osborne's mitts.
Talked to Gus Bradley about him today, and he said he's particularly excited for James Williams. And when you look at James Williams, why the hell wouldn't you be? He's a giant, freakish, athletic, just hard-hitting player who's got safety ability and coverage and the instincts and body of a linebacker.
This is a 2nd and 5 situation here on their own 33. More play action for Trubisky. Wants to go deep. Lobs it downfield.
Hey!
One-handed snag picked off.
Look at him.
And coming back the other way is Williams, rumbling down to the 30. Man, Trubisky was really trying to layer it in there, and James Williams reached back, the Odell-esque grab.
That was Odell-esque.
For the linebacker, again showing off that former safety skill set.
That was everything that we just talked about. That's the length. That's the speed. That's the recognition ability in coverage. That's James Williams' best play of camp so far, where you put his entire skill set on display. The goal is to prove that you're more than just a special teams player, that you can play when injury strikes. He has done that time and time again when called upon.
1st and 10, offense on its own 36. Still the 2s with Trubisky. Is that Michael Carter behind him at running back? I can't tell what that number is.
We don't have a great angle of that.
Trubisky
32,
steps up.
so that's
Steps out of the gun under center. He does hand off behind left guard, running into his own man, and then swallowed up as Singleton. Loss of 1 on the play. Nothing on the left side of the backup offensive line there on 1st and 10. Bet Mitch Trubisky won't try to fold it in over a dropping James Williams again like that.
Well, I mean, it's not a bad play there. You could see what he was going for, and the tight end was that Kanik? It looked like 81, who looked like he had found an opportunity in the zone. It's just you can't beat that athleticism. Like that's the thing that gives you a plus, an advantage over the rest of your linebackers in the room.
2nd and 7 here. They spot it on the minus 39-yard line for Mitch Trubisky and the twos. Under center is Trubisky. Takes the snap, handoff up the middle. Once again, this is Singleton, swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. We've got some names that we're not necessarily familiar with. At right tackle there was Zachary Thomas, the UDFA out of San Diego State. The left tackle there is Brandon Crenshaw-Dixon, who they're working at that spot. But nothing going right now with the twos in the run game.
Yeah, it was, again, Robert, we were talking before you came up here about how much work realistically would Nick Singleton get. Seems they're going to continue to give him a lot of work in this second day of padded practice.
It makes a lot of sense. You want to give him a shot.
They're giving them a 1st and 10 here on the minus 43. Trubisky under center. Believe this is Carter now in at running back. No, it's Chestnut. Play action to Chestnut. Trubisky under pressure. Might have been sacked there in a real game. Still misses a wide open man in the middle of the field in Osborne. Trubisky stepped up out of pressure, but looked to me like that's folding on him in-game action for a sack.
Yeah, Muhammad Diabate got there expeditiously. These linebackers showing out today.
You'd still like to see him complete that pass, given that it wasn't a sack, right? That's a wide-open wide receiver.
Wide open.
You just take advantage of the opportunities when they present themselves. Now here's the threes with Will Levis.
Levis in the game, 1st and 10 on the 35. I formation, Levis under center. Takes the snap, play action. Levis already facing pressure, able to dump it down. Chestnut across the 40 and bumped down there. We'll call it a gain of 5. So Levis immediately had a hand in his face. The bull rush pushing him back in the pocket, just found the dump down.
Yeah, again, the thing to monitor today with Levis is how he coaches up his teammates, understanding that he's in there with the threes. His body language can't be bad if they don't execute the way that he expects them to execute. He's got to be able to command and lead out there.
The aforementioned hand in his face, Femi Oladejo.
And Oladejo is both hands in the dirt at the moment, ready to rush the right tackle. It's a toss sweep right side. Michael Carter has blockers, and he scuttles out of bounds across the 45. Good enough for the 1st down.
Hey, man, how about that block by Mason Kinsey on Femi? How about that?
All right, Kinsey. What's
Look
the
at that
size difference there?
That's a substantially smaller human being.
That is 6'3", 259 against 5'11", 200.
I will say he had the leverage there. Femi was coming off of his non-dominant foot after already planting, so it wasn't like he physically walled him off. It just hard to fight against that friction there.
He got in the way. He did the job, especially as a slot receiver. That's not an easy thing to do. You need somebody who's going to be willing to execute that play.
Andre James, the former Raider, is the center here with the threes. Levis under center on the minus 42. I formation, takes the snap, play action to Carter. Levis checks it down. Michael Carter across midfield at the 45 and the 40. Another check down plus yardage and a 1st down. Levis to Carter.
As far as Carter goes, I'm not seeing necessarily explosiveness out of him, but he's also not getting a ton of push from his unit up front. So it's been tough to kind of evaluate him when he's in there with the threes because we haven't seen him take a snap with another unit.
I believe you're right. It would be interesting to know if any of the guys behind him could do anything to gain some ground in that competition.
Well, and there's Chestnut.
Yeah, Chestnut dotting the I here. 2nd and 6 on the 44.
False start by Cannon.
Yeah, false start. They don't throw the flag. Levis takes the snap, play action to Chestnut. Has a little bit of time. Pressure closing in. Going deep. Left side has a man. Caught at the 10 and tumbled down. Great throw by Levis. Bryce Oliver got behind the defense.
Stay healthy. Stay healthy is the key for Bryce Oliver. There's no question. He can have an impact. Again, you have a nice problem with this wide receiver room. You don't know who your 5th and 4th guys are. Go ahead, Robert.
I'm sorry. No, the international pathway players coming in. And this guy has the most interesting build.
Is he 69?
He is 60, I believe.
Okay.
If you guys could remind me his name. His legs might only be 2 feet tall, but he is 6'6". His knees Look how short his legs are. He is such an interesting build, which is going to help with leverage.
1st and 10, Levis under center. It's the -47 for the Titans threes. Handoff behind left guard. Chestnut spins off a tackle. Gets across midfield before the whistle blows. Looked like it was enough for the first down. Great throw by Levis there. That's about a 50-yard chunk play to Bryce Oliver down the field. It was against, tell me if you've heard of him, Bishop Fitzgerald, the
I have.
safety UDFA out of USC.
I have solely because Will Bowling is doing a piece on him for the first Titans preseason game. He's one of the UDFAs that we think has a chance to make the roster, given
safety
that they
depth.
are pretty thin at safety right now. So we have the first team coming back out on the field. I think we stick right here, boys. What do you think?
I agree with you. And you'll remember Bishop Fitzgerald yesterday. He was the defender who couldn't get off of the sticky block that sprung Hank Beatty into the end zone.
All right, the ones back in here. Cam Ward in the gun. Schlotman will snap it to him. 3 receivers bunched to the right. Cam, early movement.
My goodness.
Early rush there.
That's JFM.
On the left side of the defensive line, that was John Franklin Myers, and that's a free 5 yards for the offense.
Slow down, big fella. Now, again, Jeff is not in right now with the first team. They're working him out on a different field, I assume, to kind of exhaust him a little bit.
1st and 5 now from the 40. Cam takes the shotgun snap, quick drop, winds up, throws, zips one to Tate, caught at midfield. He immediately sits down, and it's a quick chain mover. I said Tate. DK is who I meant to say. Used to Tate wearing 17 at Ohio State. That's Jim DK.
What a save by you. A bailout. Tate at Ohio State 17. That's what we're going with.
That's what he wore.
Okay.
I'm a college football guy. You know
17
this.
can look like 14.
Okay. Jim Ray DK. That's the first time we've called his name, I think, so far.
This is 2nd and 6. Titans offense on its own 39-yard line. Ward back under center. Cody Barton creeping up to show some pressure here. Ward takes the snap. It's a 7-step drop for Ward under pressure, and he had the check down with Robinson, but just overshoots it as he was facing quick pressure. Robinson was wide open in the left flat.
That's one of those where his feet are going to dictate his level of accuracy. Obviously, not every quarterback, you're not going to hit every ball that's out here. Not every pass is going to be completed. The defense is out there trying to make plays too. But that's one where his footwork just got away from him, and his accuracy suffered as a result.
Yeah, great rush off the left side from Jacob Martin going against Austin Deculus there.
This is a 3rd and 5. Titans offense on its own 42. Ward alone in the gun. Barks a hard count. Now stands up straight, back into his stance, takes the snap. Quick throw left side. That is Carnell Tate. He wasn't ready for it. Ward throwing it before Tate got turned around.
Might have been a little bit of a miscommunication there.
Well, based on Tate's expression afterwards, I don't think he was expecting that ball quite with that timing. And now they're going back to the huddle after the fact. They're making the corrections. Cam Ward getting ready to get the next play in.
So we'll go with the 1st and 10 here. Titans on their own 43, trying to get across midfield. Ward under center, I formation. 4 down linemen defensively for the Titans. Ward takes the snap. A little bit awkward there. He gets the handoff to Spears, who bounces off a tackle in the backfield, trying to wheel it out to the left side. They'll blow the play dead.
If Jacob Martin wanted to end that play in the backfield, he could have.
That looked a little disjointed from the jump.
Yeah, so a few miscommunications there. They'll leave the ones on the field for the time being, but this is a less crisp first team series that we've seen coming off of, again, just yesterday's practice. We're just talking about how they stack days. To this point, not their best performance.
Yeah, I'd say defense with the upper hand
so far
in team drills. Ward joined by Spears in the backfield, takes the shotgun snap, quick screen right side. Robinson has a couple of blockers, and he's able to scoot to midfield before the play's blown dead. That was about a 2nd and 4, and they moved the chains.
Things are getting chippy out here. Iamaner and Flott exchanging some words, some pleasantries, a little patty cake before the next play.
I don't know much about Flott yet, but I know Ironmaner likes to hit despite being a soft-spoken Canadian, which is not what you would peg him with.
The one thing I will give Flott, despite being maybe a more slender stature than like an outside corner as you would expect, he does hang with these guys. The 1-2 is there. Just physically, he's not always able to keep up with these guys.
1st and 10 is the situation here for the twos. Mitch Trubisky in the gun. Ball on the -40. Trubisky, quick drop, checks it down, and there is nothing going there
Timmy Horn.
Timmy Horn all over it, had it read all the way through. The running back on the check down was Khalil Mullings.
Man, he was in Mullings' hip pocket the whole way. He's like, I'm not getting too far upfield. And again, Robert, you talked yesterday about his physical transformation. He has the now recovery speed to be able to make a play like that in coverage. Mullings is not the shiftiest guy, right? But he's still a running back against a defensive lineman.
Rookie Pat Coogan is the center here as Trubisky's in the gun for a 2nd and 10. Titans offense on its own 44. Early movement, some finger pointing. There's a flag. It's a false start. Flag came from the far side of the field. Didn't see who committed it. They'll snap it anyway. Trubisky, quick check down right side. Mullings unable to spin off the tackle of Mousy and goes down before midfield. Still able to pick up about 5.
Now, worth watching today, Pat Coogan had a couple of high snaps, and that is something that he cannot afford to have. The rookie center out of Indiana. Not something that necessarily plagued him in college, but again, new teammates, new system, new quarterback, new cadence. There's a number of different things that would throw you off, but you have to be as steady as humanly possible there in the middle of that offensive line.
Carmoni, the rookie out of Arkansas, is the right guard here. Brandon Crenshaw-Dixon is the right tackle. Left tackle is Zachary Thomas, the UDFA.
Did you make him a pasta, Carmoni?
A little Restrepo action.
Did I say Carmoni?
Yeah.
Trubisky shotgun snap, handoff around the right side. Singleton popped, met at midfield. That is Adams, Tony Adams.
Tony Adams was a important figure for the coaching staff to bring in. Again, he may not be the best defensive back on the roster, but he is a juice guy. He's an energy guy. He's somebody who's been in this defense. He has helped keep things coordinated on the field. The generic or not, the cliched coach on the field for this staff under Robert Saleh.
They'll move the ball to the 49, the opposing 49 for the twos. This is a 1st and 10, still with Trubisky at quarterback. Defense shifting around, 4 down linemen. Trubisky will go under center. Singleton is his running back. Hands on knees, 6 yards behind him. It's Trubisky. Takes the snap, quick drop, looking downfield under pressure, zips it, picked off, middle of the field, sprinting to the far sideline and tackled at midfield. On the interception, it's Anthony Hill Jr., the Texas linebacker, Mitch Trubisky's 2nd pick of the day.
The rookie is great in coverage. He's got excellent speed. He's got length. They said he has trimmed his body fat percentage down by a considerable margin. So even between now and rookie minicamp, the offseason program, he looks physically different. I mean, wearing 53, you expect to see Keith Bullock out there, understandably so. He's not quite as long as KB was in his playing career, but he definitely has the ability to make great plays in coverage.
6'2", 238, and Hill goes to the sideline after the interception. They'll give it back to the offense. This is a 3rd and 7. Titans 2s on the opposing 47. Trubisky in the gun. Chestnut, the running back, but it's a quick drop, quick throw, right side. Iomanner sat there at the 35, caught it, ball popped free late. It's an incompletion, and it's a good thing Iomanner got right back up because he got folded a bit on that play.
Very awkwardly, and Johnson, 36 Johnson.
That is Nazeeh Johnson, the Marshall UDFA.
So Nazeeh Johnson came in and finished the play, right? You understand it's not Nazeeh Johnson's fault that Iomanner goes down in an awkward fashion, finishes the play, makes sure that it's an incompletion. But to your point, good to see Elliott get up without any notable injury.
Not the tightest coverage, but he was NFL open on that one.
He was NFL open, unable to control it through the catch. Here are the 3s. 1st and 10 with Levis under center on his own 45. Levis, 7-step drop, lobs it down the left side. Nice snag by Beatty, and he's hit down at the 32.
Go up and get it.
Hank Beatty, the 5'10", 179-pounder out of Illinois, a UDFA.
We got Beatty, Kinsey, and Canick on the field. That's the mechanic package right there. That's the blue-collar work we're looking for. Emil Wagner with a great drop set, even though he ended up on his ass on a pass rush on that one. From Truman Jones.
So Will Levis pushing the ball downfield a little bit here in team drills.
But that's what he loves to do, right? That's where Will is at his best.
Oh, Lockie Tossi's in, guys. Look at the middle.
This is a 2nd and 12.
So excited.
On the minus 49 for Levis and the 3s.
He's like a daggum cyborg. His body is so weird.
See if he gets any pressure here on the interior. He won't. Levis quickly hands it off to Carter, who finds a quick gap behind left guard and is able to dart into opposing territory, picking up 6.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's only the 2nd day in padded practice, so we are still in a in the process of learning, okay, who's going to be able to make a difference at center, who's going to be able to make a difference at guard. We're not seeing a lot of great dividends so far in the run game through the first 2 days. But again, understanding that the defense is still in an advantage because you can't play 100% full tilt to the tackle type stuff.
All right, short yardage here, 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2 for Levis on the plus 47. Takes the snap, rolls right. He is flushed, has to throw it away.
Ran right into the pressure.
Just getting rid of the football at that point is knowing when the journey's over, and of course that is one of Levis's less than great traits, is not deciding to end the journey before the journey needs to be over.
Yes, like Odysseus on the island. He was not ready to go home yet.
With Calypso?
Yes, he's like, no, let me stay here, please.
Who's his Charlize Theron?
Whoever he wants, I reckon.
Somebody on Broadway.
1st and 10 for Levis and the threes. On the plus 46, Levis in the gun. Singleton is the back on his right hip, takes the snap. It's a 3-strap drop. Levis winds up, guns it deep. It's tipped up, incomplete. It maybe was a touch high from Levis, but got to come down with that if you are Lance McCutcheon.
We haven't heard of Lance McCutcheon.
Man, he's 6'3", though. That's a high ball.
It's a high ball. Hit him in the hands.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but it's not going to be a perfect pass every time. You got to help your quarterback out. All right, let's take a break. Here hanging out at Titans training camp practice. We'll continue to update you with things that are going on in the team drills. I'm Buck Rising. It's 104.5 The Zone.
Hey guys, it's Lucas. You know we're up here watching Titans practice, and you know that I'm getting hungry, which means, of course, that I'm just thinking about Hattie B's hot chicken, about that crispy, juicy chicken, maybe the half bird today, some southern greens, maybe the black-eyed peas instead of the usual pimento mac and cheese, a litany of options to choose from. Download the Hattie B's app today. You can start to stack up those rewards. They give you a free dessert just for downloading the app. You can pop into any one of their Middle Tennessee locations, whether it's the factory at Franklin, Broadway, Melrose, Midtown, a brand new location in East Nashville on Gallatin Ave with a great event space and hangar behind the actual restaurant where you can order your Hattie B's hot chicken, have a cold beer, watch some games. Cannot wait to be hanging out there during football season. You know Hattie B's is the best at what they do, using those Music City meat and 3 roots to make the perfect hot chicken. Download the Hattie B's app today and go to Hattie B's Hot Chicken.
Welcome back to the show, fueled by Hattie B's Hot Chicken, the best hot chicken in the world. So they took the defensive lineman into the bubble? Did they take the offensive lineman too? All right.
And by the way,
everybody but Jeff.
Dan Moore walked back to the locker room with a trainer too. So
yeah, he had a one-on-one rep with Jermaine Johnson. He came up a little limp.
So what we're doing in front of us, this is a simulated punt return drill where there are blockers, there are attackers, and there is someone receiving. So 3 different aspects of this going on. The blockers on the punt return are trying to make a hole for the returner to go through. The returner is trying to read that hole, and the defenders are trying to close any hole that he may have.
Okay, good explanation there from Robert. You watching a lot of teams film?
I hang out with Ramon Foster and all of the
What
other.
the hell does Ramon Foster know about special teams drills?
More than you and I put together.
I'm sure, but I'm still surprised.
So defense, from what we've seen in team drills,
better.
Probably the better of the offense today.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. And that's probably okay, right? I feel like offense takes a little bit longer to get going. Now
That's the cliche, right? The defense will always be a step ahead early on.
But when we get into one-on-ones later, I would assume that offense would start a little bit faster because you know where you're going. Defense is trying to be anticipatory. So it's a lot of give and take. But a defensive head coach like Robert Saleh, I would expect him to have the defense ready to play quicker than the offense. Now it's up to Brian Dable and the offensive coaches to kind of catch up and be ready to play in 2 weeks. Right?
Yeah, less than 2 weeks.
A week from Thursday is the preseason opener.
That is good stuff. We got a Hall of Fame game, baby. Come on.
What is that, tomorrow?
I cannot wait.
What is today, Tuesday?
Tuesday.
August the 4th.
Mitch Trubisky with a pair of interceptions. James Williams Jr., man. I mean, a couple guys that have just flashed over the last couple days. Alec Iomanner on one side of the ball and James Williams on the other.
And Trubisky he's going to go back in there and watch this stuff and be like, all right, this
I was false biscuit today.
I was false biscuit today, indeed.
Have you told everybody who we have today, or are we keeping it a secret?
Oh, did I? I don't remember. Cedric Gray is on the radio.
Cedric
show.
Gray.
Another UNC,
that's right,
another Tar Heel.
We can ask him that same question.
It's like, why are y'all so hoity-toity? Why do y'all think you're better than everybody else?
Yes, I think that's the way that you should approach the professional linebacker.
Yeah. What's going on with Belichick, man? Why don't you give us the scoop?
No, actually, Seth will tell you. we talked to him a lot about that in the locker room last year. I don't know if he knows who Michael Lombardi is, but I bet he has some thoughts.
Speaking of, the preseason coaches poll is out for the college football season. The Vols come in at number 18. Ohio State, Oregon, and Georgia round out the top 3.
What happened? I thought we were doing live practice.
There's no team drills happening. Your Hoosiers come in at 6.
6 is low. 6 is low for the defending national
Yeah, it's
champion.
a little offensive, don't you think?
No, isn't it based on who's above them? What
Notre
about
Dame
Georgia?
5, Texas 4.
What about Georgia and Notre Dame is better than Indiana right now? I mean, I see J. Carr returning in the offense.
3 of those 5 teams have potential first-round quarterbacks on their roster. Actually, 4 if you want to include Sayan, who could sneak in there.
But you sleep on Josh Hoover.
I'm not sleeping. I'm just saying.
Sleep on him.
The 5 teams in front of you. I mean, build the Hoover Dam for all I care. I believe in the cat. I'm just saying.
It would be such a terrible nickname for a quarterback. What are they doing with him now? They have had like 4 people around Jeff for 30 minutes.
Are you okay? He's like, I'm good. And then he just starts running back to the Where is he at?
You act like he hasn't done that.
It looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
The fake out. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Guys,
it just takes off.
That's the best.
What, are you going to stop him?
If you ever have to get in a bar fight, that's the best way to do it. Like, hey, buddy, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Come in peace, and then leave them in pieces.
Yes, that's the way that it goes. Okay, now,
man.
Lucas, we can do some team
That's
drill
so
stuff.
funny.
We are going to attempt to get this off more cleanly. I think Jeff might not be in team drills the rest of the day.
Wonder if he's done for the day.
He's not inside. They're taking him over to the defensive line area to have him do stuff by himself. So I don't know if that's NFL timeout to put Jeffrey Simmons in. I don't know if Jeff was the aggressor in that situation or if JC was, but you can't have that. You got to get stuff done at practice today.
All right, they're going to work here with Brandon Crenshaw-Dixon, I assume in at left tackle with Dan Moore in the building, and that is what it is going to look like. J.C. Latham at right tackle, the rest of the ones in place on the offensive line. Cam going under center.
Has Tate always wore the Guardian cap out here?
Yes.
Yes, Carnell Tate lined up on the left side of the formation.
Nice
Give
block.
up the middle. Pollard has a hole, burst through it. First down and plenty more. They blow it dead as he crosses midfield. Big chunk play.
All for naught. Flag at the bottom of the field on the offense.
Missed it.
Well, either way, Gunnar Helm had a really nice block there on Jermaine Johnson to spring that.
Yeah, somebody got some early movement there. They'll back it up, and now it becomes a first and 15.
Well, now it can feel real, like we're simulating Titans backup offensive linemen.
First, and did y'all see the early movement? Was it Crenshaw Dixon?
I did not see who the offending party was. That is my mistake. I will look at the fat fellas a little closer.
This is first and 15. Ward and the ones on their own 25 against the Titans defense with no Jeffrey Simmons.
Yeah, Jordan Elliott, not quite the threat that Jeffrey Simmons poses.
That's another give. Pollard just trying to find a seam, was patient with it, didn't have anything, ends up falling forward for 2 or 3 yards on the play.
Hey, I will say, Robert, this is the time where I do want to see some meaningful push out of that offensive line because Jeff's not in the game, right?
100%.
Jeff's not in the play. Jeff may not be in this series.
Yeah.
So let's see some actual progress, some actual momentum. Let's see good high-level execution against – I mean, what do you got? You got Jordan Elliott. You got Solomon Thomas.
Yeah, no
Jermaine
JFM.
Johnson is out there. No JFM. Come on, this is the time, boys.
Who do we have at left guard here? 73?
That is Volson.
Yep,
Okay,
that's Volson.
Volson's in.
That's Volson, Schlotman, your center, Skoronski, your left guard, Volson, your right guard.
Thank you. You know, Slater's probably like, look, can I get a snap while Jeff's out, please? Somebody?
Second and 12, Ward under center, play action to Spears, loads up, deep left side, way overshot, out of bounds. Tate was covered well by Alante Taylor.
That would have been a sack by Jacob Martin, who we have not talked about nearly enough as another edge guy who was brought in here with previous experience under Robert Saleh. Great work by him against the right tackle there, which was J.C. Latham.
And if we're being completely honest, that was probably a sack fumble. Like, if he would have got there in game time, it would have been inside of Cam Ward's throwing motion, and that ball would have popped out.
Okay, so here's 3rd and 12. Ward in the gun with Spears on his right hip. Titans offense in a hole with the ones.
Got some defensive adjustments.
Shuffling on the defense. Ward makes some corresponding moves, barking out orders, takes the shotgun snap. Ward, quick throw through the middle of the field. Robinson, nice snag right at the sticks. He goes down right at the 40. That's one that maybe the chain gang in another era would be coming out to look at, but good quick throw by Ward.
Yeah, the way that Wan'Dale Robinson got his head down so fast with a screaming Amani Hooker coming his way.
That ball was screaming down the middle, too.
Offense got away with one there. Austin Deculus on the right side went a little early there. They didn't call it. Might have been called on Sundays, but they got away with one.
Oh, so
there.
Deculus swapped in at right tackle on that play.
Correct.
Okay, so a little 3rd and 12 with Austin Deculus.
And a quarterback change as well here.
Yeah, It looks like a whole unit change.
The twos coming in. Man, that ball had some zip on it from Ward.
Ooh.
Mitch Trubisky, he's got 2 picks so far today in team drills. Here's a 1st and 10. Titans twos on their own 30. 4 down linemen for the defense. Toss sweep, left side. Singleton trying to run behind blockers. He does find a seam across the 35.
Shifty.
Good run by Singleton. I think they're going to mark that a gain of 5 on the play.
Yeah, good pursuit by the defense to the sideline as well. Dorian Mousey, 54, looked like he was in the area along with several other Titans. So not sure how much further of a run that would have been, but good effort on both sides.
They actually give him 8 to make it 2nd and 2 on the 38.
Good blocks by Kyle Granson and DMR there to give him some space to work with.
Hey, I don't know how much Gunnar Helm, the hype around Gunnar Helm is going to end up being real for as much as they're just using these tight ends to block. Now, again, situational stuff, but...
Yeah, we've not talked about them much in the passing game at all, Bellinger included. Trubisky under center on 2nd and 2. Give straight up the middle. Huge hole opens up. Off and running is Singleton. He was touched down right at the 47-yard line, but plenty enough for the 1st down. There's the push you want to see from the interior.
Micah Robinson gave up on it. Probably would have been a gain of about 12.
Still.
You're happy to see it.
A chunk play. What is an explosive play in the run game 10 and in the passing game 20? Is that how we categorize
15
them?
and 20.
15 and 20. So almost an explosive play.
But maybe 10. I could be wrong on that.
No, I'd probably take you at 15. 15 feels right. 15 feels like a couple Derrick Henry strides.
All right, we'll see if the twos can push it across midfield here. It's 1st and 10 after the 1st down run. Titans on their own 47. Trubisky under center. Play action. Trubisky wants to go deep, winds up, has a man, DK wide open, 25. He's wrapped up right inside the 20 and brought down for another chunk play. Mitch Trubisky bouncing back. Didn't see who wrapped him up for the tackle. I
41.
think that's right. Eric Hallett, the second, the safety out of Pitt.
So Hallett was closest. You had Anthony Hill coming over in coverage as well. Just a great way to exploit the hole in zone coverage. DK wide the hell open.
Trubisky able to get the Titans twos down inside the red zone. We'll see if they can finish the job. Ball on the 15, 1st and 10. Zachary Thomas is the left tackle. Brandon Crenshaw-Dixon the right tackle. Mullings the running back as Trubisky steps up under center.
God, they look so intimidating with this front. Like, just the linebackers are massive.
Trubisky takes the snap, play action. Mullings rolling left, checks it down. DK running across the 10, the 5, and bumped out of bounds. Inside the 5, spotted at the 4, 1st and goal.
Mousy would have gotten him there, assuming he would have made the tackle, right? They're playing a little two-hand touch out there. But you saw good speed there by Mousy to be able to get to DK before he turned the corner.
Spotted at the 6.
Okay, so they bring it back a couple yards, but a little boot action from Trubisky, so not quite a 1st and goal. 2nd and 2. The 7 is where they're going to snap it.
We are moving all over the place for the camera angle. Sorry for the people on Zone TV.
Trubisky under center. Mullings is still the back, and Mullings will get the give. Wide open spaces right side. He will almost stroll in. That is great effort to catch up to Mullings and force him out. They do call it a touchdown. He stuck the ball out over the pylon. I mean, I straight up can't see the number. It is completely tucked up with the crop top situation, but good effort to try and get Mullings down. The Titans twos do march down the field, going the distance, 80 yards to punch it in with Kalel Mullings.
The crop top, I think, is perpetually Micah Robinson.
Okay, but the stretch play to the right from inside the 10 gets them in for 6.
All right, very good work there by the twos. You're looking for a couple of different things, and we can continue to talk about this from Titans training camp practice coming up next. Joe, we got Titans first team on the field, a little bit of 11 on 11.
Starting on their own 30-yard line, Ward under center on 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle. Tajay Spears has nobody but Cody Barton to run into. No gain on the play, maybe half a yard.
Well, Cedric Gray in there making it messy. He got the running back's feet tangled up with the offensive lineman for the way that he took on that block.
I thought he wasn't getting here till August 15th.
You're making a joke, but I'm not putting two
Messy.
and two together.
He said it was messy.
Oh, yes. Yes, he will be here August 15th, in fact.
Is he playing?
Yeah, he's already back. He took like a 2-week break from the World Cup. He played last weekend.
Okay.
All right.
Talking soccer.
2nd and 8. They moved it up, made it a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 on the 32. Ward, quick
Nice
snap,
throw.
quick throw, right side. Robinson out of bounds. Just shy of the marker, brings up 3rd and short at the 39.
I can't wait to see Wan'Dale Robinson against full contact because, like, the way that this man figures out different ways to elude contact is fascinating to me. I mean, again, he understands his abilities and his dimensions and how that works for him to be able to basically just like Neo his way. No, it's not Neo in the Matrix, right?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
Okay, Neo his way out of these things.
It's a little peak Tyler Lockett-esque,
Yeah,
right?
you want to call him pinball-y, but it's not pinball-y. Like, he's not bouncing off these guys. He's like a boomerang.
And
He's
Tyler
like,
Lockett also would just catch it and fall.
3rd and 1. Ward takes the snap up the middle. Spears puts on a move against Barton and has just enough for the first down. Right at the 40.
Cody Barton is disputing Bones Fossil's spot.
Yeah, Bones is the spotter here. He decides where the ball gets spotted. They are going to move the chains.
Tajay trying to show, hey guys, I can carry guys along with me too in the way that Singleton and Mullings and Pollard do from time to time. Not a lot of finesse from Tajay Spears so far, but he's looking to put a little more power in his game.
it's contract year for him, right?
Yes.
That is correct.
4th year of his rookie deal. He will stay in the game here. 1st and 10 on the -40 for Ward and the Ones. Good band name.
Ward and
the Ones.
Ward under center.
That is good.
One and the Ones.
One of them ones.
One of them ones.
Ward takes the snap. Play action. Spears steps up in the pocket. Cam flings it down the field. Just zipped it right past David Martin Robinson. Incomplete. Maybe put a little too much on that ball.
Is that 99 got in there with the pressure? Who is 99?
That would be Ernest Brown the 4th.
I'm unfamiliar with Ernest Brown.
UDFA out of Northwestern.
Okay, he's a big boy.
Yeah, 3 years into his career.
Taking all of this in earnest.
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, don't know that he was a UDFA when he came out, but he was a free agent acquisition this offseason.
Okay. Across the board, though, length, a theme with the defensive line. If they can't get the pressure, they're going to get their hands up in the air trying to slide it down.
Had a way better jerk. He had Cam's scared stupid there.
2nd and 10 from the 40. Ward facing pressure. Defense claiming it's a sack. Ward still scrambling around in the pocket. He'll take off and run, and Cam will slide down across midfield. I don't know what they're going to say here.
Yeah.
That was Jermaine Johnson. Jermaine Johnson stopped playing, had his hand in the air celebrating a sack. Now he's furious because they're giving Cam the yardage on the run. They're just going to spot it at the 46 instead of the 50.
He looked over there at Sala like a scorned child. Be like, what do you mean?
No, it's fine. He gets to rust against Austin Deculus now, so he'll get his win back. Don't worry.
3rd and 4 for the Titans Ones. That's right. Deculus at left tackle.
Deculus is a large human being, Robert. I feel like the slander is gonna come for you one
He'd
day.
be Austin Burt Deculus if he lays one finger on me.
Shotgun stands for Ward on 3rd and 4.
You get naming rights?
On his own 46. Straight drop for Cam, facing pressure, able to get rid of it, but Tate can't hang on at midfield, bobbled and dropped. Marcus Harris on the coverage, probably one Carnell Tate should have.
That's the first Carnell Tate drop I've seen since the spring.
In a long time.
That's okay.
And that will end that portion, as it would have resulted in a 4th and 4 on the 46. Maybe a punt, maybe you go for it, but the Ones go to the sideline.
Yeah, so we have about 20 minutes left in practice, assuming that they go fully to 12:15. So we'll see how much more. I can't really determine if they're working on specific situations. They don't seem to be trying to put them in specific down and distances. It just seems like a move the ball period.
All right, the Two's back on the field. Trubisky marched them down for a score the last go-round. Here's 1st and 10 on their own 30. Quick screen left side. Restrepo across the 30. He is wrapped up by Reed. and they're going to call that a gain of maybe 2 on the play.
He read that well. The ghost of Sparta, Jeffrey Simmons, has rejoined the sidelines.
Yeah, with his security
he's got an entourage.
Contingent in tow. They have had 4 people surrounding Jeff at every point since he and JC got into it.
He hasn't been back in.
As if those 4 people could do anything.
Yeah, even if they had machine guns, I don't know if they would
How
be
many
able to do
children
anything.
could stop Jeffrey Simmons?
I don't know. We should find out one day.
We have enough here.
We've got plenty.
There are a ton of kids out there.
2nd and 8 on the 32. Trubisky with the give. Right side. This is Singleton finding the seam to get to the 40 and move the chains. Running into a tackle, and that's a 1st and 10 for the Titans. 2s on the 40.
So, as far as the skill guys that they have out there right now, we have talked a lot about Bryce Oliver, and I'm not really sure where else the competition lies for the receiver depth.
Here's a 1st and 10 with a quick throw to Restrepo, spinning off a tackle attempt by Hill and getting to the 47. They'll make it 2nd and short. We didn't mention Bryce Oliver mossed a dude for a 50, 60-yard gain during the break that Levis threw.
Nice toss from Levis.
Great throw from Levis, and Restrepo just dunking on a dude that will not be here come week 1.
It's probably him and KJ Osborne, right, fighting for the last few spots in that room.
A flip pass from Trubisky on the run, but it is spilled. Singleton can't hang on. Wasn't ready for it. Would have converted the 2nd and short. That brings up 3rd and 3 near midfield.
Saunders body type, just a human fire hydrant out there.
They
Delightful.
have a bunch of fat guys without being fat guys.
That's their only fat guy.
He's short. He can't spread it out the same way everybody else can.
Buddy.
You know, it's all about leverage.
Buddy, that's you if we put you a football helmet on.
He
you.
wishes he could look this good.
All right, let's get one more play in before the break. See if the 2s can convert on this 3rd and 3 from their own 47. Trubisky
Give us a bomb.
Barking out the call. He'll step back into the gun. Khalil Mullings on his left side. Bunch formation from the offense. Trubisky takes the snap. Quick drop, quick throw. Right side caught. Osborne out of bounds. In plus territory. 1st and 10.
The KJ Osborne, you mentioned the competition there around Bryce Oliver, around a guy. I don't think they're, I realistically don't think Restrepo's really competing for an active wide receiver spot on this roster. We can continue to talk about this because we'll have more Ward and the Ones coming up next, live from Titans training camp.
12:03 from Vanderbilt Health Football Center at Titans training camp. I'm Lucas Panzica. Team drills still going out at Titans practice. During the break, Cam Ward connecting deep over the top for a 65-yard touchdown to Carnell Tate, the rookie out of Ohio State. Earlier at practice, left tackle Dan Moore Jr. did walk back into the facility accompanied by a trainer. Multiple players will meet with the media coming up at the conclusion of practice. A couple big deals around the NFL today. Two-time Pro Bowl running back Bijan Robinson reached an agreement with the Falcons on a 3-year extension worth up to $75 million, $51 million guaranteed. He is now the highest paid running back in NFL history. Meanwhile, Baltimore Ravens wide receiver Zay Flowers reached an agreement with a 4-year, $140 million extension, including $108 million guaranteed. Tennessee football kicks off fall camp today. Josh Heupel speaking at the podium about the Arion Carter 2-game suspension from the NCAA, saying, quote, I truly believe the ruling that came out from the NCAA, the 2-game suspension, I truly believe is BS. For all your foundation repairs and waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Final hour is underway. We're here at the Titans practice facility. We are still in team drills. The ones are getting backed up right now. Anything of note that we need to catch people up that happened during the commercial break?
Play of the day.
The Carnell Tate, Cam Ward, would you call it about 65 yards? 65-yard bomb down the field. So we'll resume and pick it up with the offense starting at their own 10.
Yeah, this is 1st and 15 on their own 15. Ward in the gun. Spears shifts over to his left hip. Again, no Jeffrey Simmons. He's running off on the other field. Ward.
He's in timeout.
Quick drop. He lobs it down to Spears, who has some space out of the backfield, scampers away from a tackle, and across the 20. They're going to blow it dead at the 20. To make it a gain of 5. I feel like Spears would have gotten away there in game action.
I totally agree.
If Cedric Gray would have made that tackle, it would have had to been like a horse collar.
Yeah,
he
kind of like grazed his shoulder pads.
And maybe this style of practice impacted the way that he went about that tackle. Yeah. You can't really stick somebody in this, so it makes a little bit of sense.
So actually, they're going to say that was a 3rd down, and they're going to call this 4th and 10 from their own 20. So got to have it down 3, let's say. Maybe 30 seconds on the clock. Cam Ward, alone in the gun, takes the snap, loads up across the middle. Io Manor can't hang on. Looked like that falls incomplete at the 40.
Looked like he turned his head a little late from my vantage point to see the ball coming in his direction. That's one of the few miscues we've seen from Io Manor so far.
Again, that ball moving fast, but it ends up touching him as he gets turned around late, touching him in the hands, incomplete.
Well, you got to have it, right?
Got to have it.
Block from Peter Skoronsky there on Solomon Thomas. Tried to spin move, and he said, no. You stay in your little compartment. You stay with me. I can't let you get close.
I'm loving Jermaine Johnson. I mean, that dude will get a fingertip on a shoulder pad, and he puts his hand up looking around, claiming the sack.
I tagged him. He is down here, Mr. Referee, Mr. Bones,
I'm telling you,
that is your name.
The way he looked at Salah like a scorned child when they advanced the ball after what would have probably been a sack made me laugh.
All right, 1st and 10, the 2's in the game now. Mitch Trubisky leading the way. Ball on his own 20 as he's in the shotgun. Takes the high snap. Trubisky looking right, throws that way, caught, and quickly scampering out is Pollard at the 26-yard line. They'll spot it at the 27.
Another play that we did not bring up that happened during the commercial breaks, James Williams making another great play in coverage, not an interception, but finding ways to stick with smaller, more athletic players, although James Williams is a hell of an athlete himself. He's just been all over the place today.
A little bit of a miscommunication on the defensive side there between Kendall Brooks and Joshua Williams. Had Alec squirting across the middle, wide open.
Here is 2nd and 3 for the Titans 2's on their own 27. Trubisky in the gun takes the snap, drops all the way back to the 15, under pressure, trying to find a way out. Trubisky on the run, left side, able to lob down the sideline. That picked off. They're going to say incomplete. Incomplete, that he did not have control as he went out of bounds. That was Williams, but not James Williams on the coverage. Josh Williams, the former Chief, covering Alec Iomanner down the sideline.
If that's a real game, I might throw the red flag and look at that. That was close.
Close to a pick.
Yeah, defense was certainly advocating for it to be an interception, but they do that, as you mentioned, with Jermaine Johnson every play.
So they're going to give them another go at it. 3rd and 3. Ball on the 27.
DK, Restrepo, Kanik, Iomanner on the outside.
Iomanner, the lone receiver to the left. Shotgun snap. Trubisky, quick throw, right flat. Iomanner has it there. He sits on it, catches, and is wrapped up by Robinson right at the 40-yard line. They'll spot it at the 35, but it does move the sticks.
Man, he's a tough one-on-one tackle, Alec Iomanner. Again, you don't think of him as being, what's he listed on the roster at, Robert, Alec Iomanner?
Alec is at 6'2", 206.
6'2", 206, and I don't know how much additional weight, additional muscle mass he's been able to put on. We talked to him, as we mentioned yesterday, about his posture coach and how that's helping him find ways to get yards after contact, yards after the catch. Whatever Alec Iomanner was doing. Again, these are things to document during camp and see if they end up holding true during the season. But so far, Alec Iomanner is a situation to watch.
Nice pass pro rep by Tony Pollard there, too, picking up the nickel blitz off of that from Eric Hallett.
1st and 10 for the Twos on their own 35. Iomanner matched up again with Micah Robinson wide to the right as Trubisky's in the gun.
Somebody in the chat says, release Falsbisky. I don't know if they mean let him loose or
Trubisky. See if he's true here. No, it's tipped up. It's picked off in the middle of the field. Offensive players claiming that it's incomplete, touched the ground. James Williams, Hill, excuse me.
Anthony Hill.
Hill Jr. ended up with it. He's angry because they're calling it incomplete.
No, that should have been a pick.
Fossil came in and said incomplete.
I don't know how it wasn't. Come on, man.
Trubisky, that ball got tipped. As Trubisky was releasing it, somebody got a hand on it as it's coming out of his hand, and it was a dead duck falling right at midfield.
Well, we can talk.
was not happy about that.
Now the offense is doing push-ups.
And you saw who got the pressure. Femi Oladejo immediately in Mitch Trubisky's face, which forced the high pass, which allowed Anthony Hill to get up under it and make a jump ball interception. What we think should have been an interception. Bones Fossil, from his vantage point on the field, disagrees with us, and that will do it for us for Titans practice today. Jeffrey Simmons is now coming to midfield with the rest of his teammates, so I guess
to look into the eye.
The timeout is over on the outskirts there. They're keeping the offense and the defense. You've got, I assume it's Cam talking to the entire team. No, it's Sala talking to the entire team. Cam is also there in the middle with him. And we will have Cedric Gray up here to recap practice after the fact. I think a nice day for the defense, so a good time to talk to one of the best defensive players on the team.
I have some name games. I don't know if they're going to make the cut, but Gray's Anatomy. We could ask him, would you rather
Gray or yay?
See, I was going to say Gray or nay.
No,
Gray or nay would make more sense, yeah.
Like, you don't want to make their name the negative.
But Gray is like neutral. So it's either neutral or nay.
See, and that's why
maybe we just do a normal interview for once in our lives.
No, I don't think so. I don't think
50
so.
Shades
I don't
of
think
Gray.
we should do that at all.
Gray matter.
Robert wanted to do like a Gray's Anatomy thing. Would you rather this injury or that injury?
If you take this injury, you win the Super Bowl. But if you take this injury, you get a mechanical penis.
let's not talk about potential hypothetical injuries for the NFL linebacker.
What?
The last coach said he'd cut it off for a Super Bowl. I figured if you can replace
that was two coaches ago, bro.
I try to forget it.
Keep up.
Oh, man.
Goodness. So on the day, I would say a better day for the defense. We can agree collectively. We were curious to see whether the offense would respond in a significant fashion. There were some moments. There was the Cam Ward strike. Again, less good moments today for Cam and the offense on the whole.
But no bonehead moments from Cam Ward.
Well, Bones was out there. He was spotting.
He had moments.
And he had, I got nothing.
So well, lucky for you, Robert Saleh is going to be at the podium as soon as they're, we call it the crafting of lies, where the heads of state of the Titans gather at midfield.
The crafting of lies.
John Glennon. Drew is back at practice today. John Glennon, the crafting of lies. Yes, always good to see Johnny. Johnny's first practice back in 8 months since his diagnosis.
So Cam had the shot to Tate, the biggest sort of eye-popping play from Ward today. Otherwise, defense probably had the upper hand, but we didn't see any of the, oh no, what are you doing type of turnovers.
Yeah, and we haven't seen a ton of those from him just generally, right? It was really just yesterday that we've seen the and I don't even know. Like in real time, did you say, "Oh no, what are you doing"?
No, I felt like I was just watching Cam Ward play football.
Well, and so there will, like I said, the good with the bad when it comes to Cam and the way that he operates. Robert, when you were making the rounds during individual, were you looking for anything in particular? Did you watch any specific positions?
I'm always going to go to the defensive line because Aaron Whitecotton is
just for entertainment value.
Fun to watch, and he's loud enough that I can hear what he's actually coaching. But what I'm enamored by every single time compared to other drills, and this isn't saying that other coaches aren't efficient, but how efficient Aaron runs the individuals for the defensive line. He always has the drill set up, and then generally there is an adjacent drill, so you'll do your rep, and then you'll go do the other rep, because they have a finite amount of time. Like, without being out here and understanding how much time they actually get in individuals, you don't really get a grasp of how little they have.
Well, and they practice less than any position group on the field by design.
Correct.
Like they have set it up that way. So if you see these guys, if you come out to training camp practice, you see them doing more walkthrough than the average position group is, while other guys are doing indie, or you see some one-on-one situations. That is specifically designed by the coaching staff.
Zach, give us the alarm when you have Saleh back there.
Yeah, sound the siren at your convenience, as Robert Saleh, I believe, is making his way.
The siren song.
That way. So we will hear from the Titans head coach momentarily, and we can also answer your questions about what happened today at training camp. 615-737-1045. Robert Saleh.
That D line, they like starting fights, don't they? They're doing it right if that's happening. Go ahead, guys. I'm sorry. We had a couple of injuries. I think it was, correct me if I'm wrong, we had Dan Moore. Who are the other two?
I'll look at from that.
There was a couple guys. We're going to check all the injuries. I'm not exactly sure what they are. I don't know if they're going to be day-to-day, if it's just going to be something that happened in practice, but we'll get more for you guys tomorrow.
It was a friskier fireworks type of practice today. Is that, you kind of pulled everybody together after the second scrum. What was your message, and did they react after that?
No, they did a good job. It's a second day of pads. It's hot. It's muggy. You're expecting it, especially with the way the O-line and D-line get after it. And so it's just a reminder that we got work to do. It's okay. Like I got brothers. We fight all the time. But at the end of the day, we're still take care of one another, make sure we're getting the work on that we need to get.
Jeff leave practice on his own, or did you tell him?
No, our policy is if you throw a punch, you're ejected in the game. Same thing with practice. If you throw a punch, you're out of practice. But rather than going to the locker room, he went to the other fields. He still got his work in. So the projected reps and the work that he would have got in, he got in off to the side.
All good. Just the back and forth between him and Latham.
That's always, Jeff, our O-line and D-lines, we want them playing with edge. And we want them to toe the line. We want them to toe the line and be Nats, and we just got to learn how to draw the penalty, not give the penalty. And but we're always going to toe the line of violence. We're always going to toe the line of being aggressive and call it instigating if you want. It's just the nature of who we're going to be. But we've got to be disciplined enough to make sure that we always find our way back to the huddle without giving the other team freebies.
Now that you've had the corrective measures that you had, do you anticipate having to go through that again?
Yeah. These guys are, they are absolute animals. Their mindset when they put helmets on, and guys, you got to understand, like, the mindset of these men when they're in uniform, they're different. They're different. That's why they play the sport, and you want them to be able to express all that emotion, and they just have to learn how to be disciplined with it. So we try to let them go to, like I said, we're gonna edge what they're capable of, but they've got to find the discipline.
Good to see different guys stepping up today. We saw some new players make big plays.
Yeah, there was a lot of really cool plays on both sides of the ball. I think Anthony had a couple of picks. It was good. It was back and forth. It's kind of what you want to see from both sides of the football.
All right.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys.
All right. That is Titans head coach Robert Saleh. We'll hear from more Titans players, including Cedric Gray, sitting down with us after this.
Welcome back to the show, fueled by Hattie B's Hot Chicken, the best hot chicken in the world. We're hanging out here on the SeatGeek Terrace. Titans practice is concluded for the day. Cedric Gray will join us up here at our broadcast spot. We'll talk to the Titans starting linebacker about, would we call it a fight today? It looked more like a fight today.
A kerfuffle.
A scuffle? What did Jack Del Rio call it that one time? A dust-up?
Dust-up.
Okay, maybe we had a dust-up. What are you eating?
This is that $2 steak Vrabel was talking about.
So you had Aaron Brewer for lunch.
No, they treat us very well.
Yes. A little overcooked steak never hurt anybody from time to time.
Oh, it's good macros, as they say.
Okay, very good. Didn't realize you were counting your macros and things of the like. So we did see Titans PR scoop up Cedric Gray, and we do expect him up here within the next, I would say, 5 minutes. So we'll chop it up with him. Tony Pollard, KJ Osborne, and Cody Barton are all speaking today at the podium. Love Tony. Not a great quote, so I don't think it's absolutely essential for us to hear from him today. Barton is a good quote. KJ Osborne, I don't think I've talked to yet, as a matter of fact. And
Osborne is an amazing quote.
Is he?
No, I don't. I've never heard him talk. Robert, I wish Robert was on mic when he laughed at that.
What is in your mouth that you just opened to laugh? Please don't. Please don't do that. It's his birthday.
He can do what he wants.
It's his birthday, so we're letting him get away with more than we probably should. 615-737-1045 is the number. If you want to jump in, we'd be happy to have you. We are also being live streamed today on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. If you would like to live stream the show and see our beautiful palatial broadcast setup here on the SeatGeek Terrace. Robert is prepping the guest, I guess, accordingly, given that he's they have North Carolina.
A lot of North Carolina chatter.
A lot of North Carolina crossover. We got Ced. We're going to put you right
Appreciate
here,
you being here. Got
Good
you
to
right
see
here.
Dog. Appreciate you. So we will ask Cedric about practice, since you, who have not been able to come out to training camp practice, are not. Lucas did a great job doing some play-by-play, but we've got Ced here to give us his perspective now. What's up, big dog?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Man, we're good. We're chilling. It's a lot easier training camp up here than it is down there.
Yeah, I got a beautiful view, man. I've never been up here. This is nice.
Man, I guess you wouldn't have too much cause to come up to the SeatGeek Terrace unless they got you signing stuff or whatnot. So how did it go today? For the audience who wasn't able to get out here, I know there were some fans in attendance, and I know that's always gives a little extra juice.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a good day out here. Second day of pads, pretty chippy day to start, as you guys can see. Guys are a little riled up, a lot of testosterone going around early on in practice. But I thought it was a good day. I thought, defense kind of came out here and did a pretty good job, but offense was still able to make some plays as well. So I think it was just an overall great day.
So who is responsible for putting Jeff in timeout? Whose job is that? Because Cedric, I swear to God, I saw 4 people in a square around him, as if that would do anything.
It's not an enviable position.
Well, when you got Big Jeff, but you also got to see who he's going up against. JC, those are probably the 2 biggest dudes on our team. So I don't know who's going to stop that.
I got one here, I got one there.
It probably takes a couple of us, couple of coaches. I think that's about how much it took to kind of break up that fight there. So
well, Salah, with good perspective at the podium, the head coach just talked to the media, and he was saying that if they're not out there starting a fight, they're not doing their job. Now, understanding that you guys still have to get stuff accomplished and things like that, that seems to be the overarching theme for the defense.
Yes, correct. Like you said, like Salah said, things are going to get chippy out there. This is a physical game that we play. Like I said, second day of having pads on, everybody's kind of eager to get back out there and be physical and make plays and different things like that. So, it's just a part of the game. But like Coach said, we got to come out here and we got to get our work done at the end of the day. We got to be able to, hit each other in between the whistles legally and not do too much with the fighting.
Cedric Gray with us, Titans linebacker after training camp practice. Could you take us through some of the coaching points on what constitutes a tackle for you guys during these practices? We love it. Like, we'll see a dude get a hand on a shoulder pad and claim a sack, but we'll see moments where obviously you're not taking guys to ground as it's training camp. You're trying to preserve these guys. But what are the coaching points for you sort of on when to draw that line as a linebacker?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just about different angles and understanding when the player is defenseless and when they're not defenseless. So I think, obviously anything in a box is pretty much an all go. You got to thud that up. You got to put your face on it. Obviously, we're not taking each other to the ground, but like I say, you got to wrap that up. You got to put your face on it. The side tackles are a little tricky. Those are probably one of the more trickier ones. Can they see us? Can they not see us? I'm talking about the offensive player, ball carrier who has the ball. If they can see us, then we probably can still get a thud up. If they can't see us, then probably just want to tag it off. We don't want to kind of hurt a defenseless guy. And obviously when the ball's up in the air, receiver coming across the middle, you could straight up clean his clock. Obviously, we're not doing that. So, I mean, it just depends on the different situations. Like I said, trying to keep each other safe and different things like that. But, I think the most important part is just, coming out here and getting good work and keeping each other healthy.
You kind of broke out in a way last year that very, very few Titans linebackers have in their second year in the program. What are you looking to build off of from 2025 into 2026 with the new coaching staff as you look at yourself individually?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've said it numerous times throughout this offseason that obviously one of the biggest things I want to get better at personally is just, my coverage ability, and not also my coverage ability, but the ability to take the ball away. So those are kind of two things that I feel like I've been focusing on. I feel like I was, one of the top linebackers in the NFL last year in run defense and getting to the ball and making tackles. So now it's time to expand my game to a whole nother level and being better in that pass game, understanding pass concepts, being better with my footwork, and being able to take the ball away, forcing fumbles, getting interceptions. And so those are kind of the goals that I have for myself to kind of really take my game to the next level this year.
I was just getting such a kick out of it this offseason because, like, on the NFL account, they've been posting you a lot lately. And obviously, that it's not an individual sport, and you don't do it for the individual accolades or just to stuff the box score a little bit. But it was cool said for, I'm sure, Titans fans to see one of theirs get recognized that way, even in a season that didn't go your guys' way, and understand, okay, fresh start, not an entirely new team, but a lot of new dudes out here, and the opportunity for you guys, it sounds like as a defense, to, collectively take your games to another level in this new scheme. We've heard a lot of really positive feedback about what this does for the guys up front and also you guys as a result behind them.
Yeah. I think you hit it right on the head. I think, like you said, we're just excited for this new year, this new scheme, this new opportunity. So I think, we're just coming out here grinding every day and just looking to grow.
Last time I talked to you, you told me Anthony Hill had to get a little more bass in his voice. Did you do that yet? Because he's loud as hell.
Yeah, he's loud.
He's loud.
It might be high pitched, but he's loud.
But talk about the room right now, because it's cool. It's cool to see James out here making plays. James looks physically different. James Williams, senior, for the audience who is listening at home or wherever you're listening, hanging out here with us on Zone TV. The room collectively, what is the atmosphere like with you and Barton and all the other guys that we've mentioned?
No, I think it's a great room. I think the atmosphere is great. I think, one of the things that I've liked so far in this camp, it seems like every day, like, each guy's kind of had a day where, like, they've just went off. And so I think that just kind of shows, like, the growth in the room, the healthy competition in the room, guys getting out there, getting better, making plays, myself making plays, Cody making plays. Like you said, James is having a great camp so far.
He was awesome.
He was awesome today. He was awesome the past few days. I mean, it's great. So it's exciting to see a lot of the guys in the room just being able to make plays. It brings a healthy competition to the room, and it just gets me excited to, see myself and the guys out here balling.
Is there a matchup for you against an offensive player, whether that be an offensive lineman, a skill player, or running back, that you've particularly enjoyed here in these first couple days of padded practice, just in terms of the challenge of going up against that player?
Yeah, I think me and Tajay kind of always going at it. I feel like that's one of the guys that I'm closer with on the offensive side of the ball. Him being a running back, me being a linebacker, where I'm always in one-on-one situations with him. So it's all love with him. I think, pertaining to the offensive line, the tight ends, Bellinger, I feel like we kind of fit up versus each other a lot with these gap schemes and different things like that. So, there's always a little bit of guys that you kind of see yourself kind of particularly always around out here during practice. So I've just enjoyed the competition and just getting better with each other.
We're about out of time with him. Do you want to play your stupid game that you always play?
We don't have a stupid game for Cedric Gray today. We're going to let Cedric go. Well, we didn't come up with anything. We didn't come up with anything.
You're going to let him off the hook like that?
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
But not necessarily. We have one question for you.
All right.
What's going on with your alma mater? Give me Cedric Gray's perspective on what's happening right now with Bill Belichick and UNC football.
Bless him. I wish them the best.
There it is. Well said.
Got to make sure that the box still gets to the locker at the end of the year. No doubt about it. Yeah, they got some things to figure out. Said we appreciate it, man.
Yep.
Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks
That's
for
Cedric
having
Gray,
me. Appreciate it.
Titans linebacker. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll carry some press conferences. We'll talk about the rest of the stuff that happened in practice today. I'm Buck Rising. It's 104.5 The Zone. The Tennessee Men's Clinic is celebrating 12 years, now open in Murfreesboro, serving Nashville, Franklin, Clarksville, and the borough, and more across Middle Tennessee. Make sure you cut through the noise when you're considering your treatment path. If you're dealing with ED, if you're dealing with low testosterone, the Tennessee Men's Clinic has a number of different ways that they can help find the treatment path that makes the most sense for you as an individual. They are legit script certified. If you don't know, look it up so you know that they are giving you what they are actually giving you and how it should be prescribed. A legit script certified clinic does not live in the gray area, and the Tennessee Men's Clinic is here to help you on that front. They've been in business for almost 20 years treating men in Tennessee. Real history, getting better every year, never an add-on. They are urologist-led. A urologist oversees every protocol and your care to make sure that you get the best, most specific care possible. For only $99, you can get a full hormone panel plus PSA. You will receive your exact number in about an hour after you've gotten your blood work done. Call 615-208-9090. That's 615-208-9090 or visit them online at TennesseeMen'sClinic.com. Welcome back to the show, fueled by Hattie B's Hot Chicken, the best hot chicken in the world. Maybe the media meal should just be Hattie B's. Maybe we resolve that because Robert's microphone is not on.
Oh, that's good. For you guys.
Yes. Not when I'm talking to you. Most days it is good. Today, I suppose I'll hear from you extra because it is still your birthday.
That's correct.
So what is the first thing that you're going to – what is the plan for this metal detector that you wanted?
I'm going to take it on the beach and try to find some people's lost rings.
Okay.
And gold, jewelry.
Now, were you waiting –
sunken treasure.
Were you waiting until this beach trip before you purchased Cheyenne's ring in the effort to find potentially a ring?
God, that would have been smart. That would have been really –
Well, not if you didn't find a ring, then you're banged.
Well, then I just don't marry her. I'm just not – well – you know, I would have just left her on the free agent list. You know, we chose not to renew her contract. We are actively seeking someone to replace her position. If you'd like to apply,
that is the Zay Flowers of your life.
Do so at robertlwalsh.com.
.com.
Infowars.com. That's anytime someone says .com, I can only think
.com. Big Infowars guy, are you?
The frogs. Let me tell you something. These guys are. What would Alex Jones have to say about Titans practice? Good recovery day from Cam Ward. You know, they took the seed oils out of the cafeteria. You don't have to worry about somebody coming in here and turning all the frogs at Amulet Lake into lizards or snakes.
Cam Ward, patriot.
Yeah, patriot. Vampire.
Eugenist. What is a eugenist?
Yeah.
Is that something I can say on the air?
I don't know. You did. You did. I will say this. I want to say something. I have some knowledge for everybody out there.
Oh, some knowledge indeed.
9 years ago was the lowest day in my life. I had got laid off from my radio job. I had to move back home. I had to move in with my dad. My college girlfriend broke up with me.
On your birthday?
No, it was my.
Oh, okay.
It was on.
I thought we were going to the day.
What are we doing?
I was realizing that day was my lowest because all my friends were either still in college or moved elsewhere. I spent that birthday in my dad's kitchen, not by myself, but I wasn't surrounded by loving embrace like I am today. 9 years ago, it does get better. Sometimes you think, you know what, I really messed this up. That's where I felt like. I had my first radio job, and I let it slip through my fingers. They flipped formats. They didn't bring me back. And I thought it was all over with. I thought I was just going to be a mosquito man for the rest of my life.
What's a mosquito man?
Somebody that sprays mosquitoes.
Okay.
Like to keep them out of people's houses and yards and whatnot. And I thought that I was just going to be one of those guys. But 9 years later, look at me.
Look at you now, man.
I got a girl that loves me. I got 2 cats that love me. In 2 days, I'm going to have all 10 of my toes in the sand, and I get to do a job that doesn't really feel like work with my 2 best friends. So if it ain't going good now, it will. And when it is good, you can't beat it. So just keep trudging along, and that's what I got for 33 years. That's what I got.
There it is. Happy birthday, buddy.
Appreciate you.
I love it.
That's a good message. 615-737-1045 is the number. If you would like to chime in, we can answer Titans practice questions for you. We can talk about what happened on the day. Again, the highlight was a 65-yard bomb from Cam Ward to Alec Iamaner. A back-and-forth day for the offense.
No, to Carnell Tate.
Excuse me, Alec Iamaner sitting next to us down the line, so that's why I got confused. To Carnell Tate, my apologies. Alec did have a decent day again. Alec has had several good days of practice in the start of training camp. I want to go back and revisit at some point what Ben Jones said about the advantage that wide receivers get when they're in pads as well, because he brought up the offensive line and the wide receiver unit as 2 of the most disadvantaged units before the pads come on, and I can't remember exactly what Ben said about that specifically. We do have players at the podium. I believe it is Anthony Hill, if I'm not mistaken. Krull, let's go live and let's find out.
We'll sound the siren.
Ooh, sound the siren.
When it's ready.
Okay, very good. Now we can go to Anthony Hill.
It's been pretty good. Like, I've been focused on playing Mike right now, so just being able to hone in or focus on one spot has really helped me kind of develop and understand what I have to do in that role.
From some of the other guys in your room, James Williams, Cedric Gray, and any others?
Like, just little stuff like hand placements, working on the recovery, getting massages, hot tub, cold tub, just every little thing off the field and just on the field, just keep playing fast. And you know you're going to make mistakes, but just keep playing fast.
Your learning curve on special teams. First off, did you play on special teams?
No, I didn't play a lot of special teams. I did some punt return, but I didn't do a lot of it. But it's crazy. A lot of the stuff that we do here kind of translates to just playing linebacker. So it's like, just keep it simple. You know, the biggest learning curve for me right now is punt. So just trying to get better at that every day and just taking it day by day.
What's the difference in camp in the NFL and camp in college?
I'll say camp in the NFL, it's way longer days. I feel like the days are a little longer and the practices are a little bit more physical. Like it's a different learning curve. Like the quick snap, get on the ball fast. You have to know your assignment. It's just little small details that just makes camp in the NFL a little bit harder.
Any more questions? Thanks, Anthony.
Okay, appreciate it.
Okay, sorry, Kroll.
Sorry, Zach.
Okay. I've got a little bit of feedback in my ear. There we go.
It's okay. Give him some time.
I know. Sorry, Kroll. That's Kroll was taking a call, so we can take your calls coming up next, and we'll wrap this bad boy up from training camp because we wanted to mail it in.
Hold on.
No, we don't have another break.
What time do I normally break?
This is we have the last break.
Really sticking the landing.
You're about to toss it to cover 2 15 minutes early.
That's fine. Blaine wouldn't care.
I don't know. Yeah, I found out that he had an issue with us potentially replacing the.
We didn't do that.
I don't remember.
I love him, and I think he's making. It's not making it up, but I think he misheard.
I think I remember this conversation that we thought that making Blaine's voice the reckless speculation noise would be a negative towards him, and we didn't want him to be associated with a negative, so we were like, if there's something else to use, what would it be?
I would never replace Blaine's voice that way.
Well, no.
How dare you try?
No.
So now we know it was your idea.
No.
Just like the white chicken.
No.
Just like the white hot chicken chili was my idea.
No.
This is your idea. Blaine, get him.
All you Hattie B's people out there, listen, Nick, listen. I'm tired of him doing this. I'm tired of him taking my ideas and saying, oh, look what I did. You're Thomas Edison. I'm Nikola Tesla. You're taking all my good stuff.
I'll keep doing it.
Free power for the people. I want free chili for the people. And you're like, no, I came up with the white chicken chili. It's mine.
What does that sign say down there on the field? Home away, something? Okay.
Home period guest. That's a typical scoreboard.
That's a scoreboard.
Yes.
I thought they were doing like a billboard thing like Rose Pepper on the Titans practice facility. I was like, what the hell does that say?
Rosebud. Whose last words were that, Kirby? Yes.
Orson Welles.
Citizen Kane.
So how much better do we feel about this defense? How calm do we need to keep ourselves about this defense? Because they're going to look better, right? Like, they're going to look better than the offense does. That's just the way that this thing is going to go. The defense does look legit, but we are also dealing with a situation where, knock on something, they haven't had an injury, right? They had injuries for the first time today, but it's nothing like is happening in other camps where Dan Moore didn't get carted off. He came up a little bit limp, and they just, as a precaution, and took him inside, and he didn't do the rest of the practice. I do feel pretty good about the defensive unit the more that we watch them.
Yeah, you just feel good about the pieces around Jeffrey Simmons and their ability to rotate. They have a level of depth up front that they have not had in a while, and apart from Jeffrey Simmons, it's not as though they have any guys that you expect to be all-pro this year, but they just have a bunch of dudes that are kind of above a certain line, right, in the league that you feel like can be dependable in certain situations. And there's enough to get excited about, I would say, with this defense, but we also expected them to be on to have the upper hand in the early portion, especially against this offensive line. So to a degree, they're also doing what we expected them to do so far.
615-737-1045 is the number if you want to chime in. We have Bob in Spring Hill.
Hey guys, thanks for taking the call. I lied. I don't have a question. I just want to give Robert a happy birthday.
Oh, thanks, Bob. You didn't have to lie to do that.
You can just tell him happy birthday.
That's
Bob.
great.
Hey, let me get a spin in that truck. Let me get a spin in that
funny.
car.
He does have a nice car.
I mean, every time Bob rolls up, it's always in style.
615-737-1045 is how you chime in. So other things of note today, we mentioned the back and forth again on the field that caused practice to be brought to what we would say a brief halt. Robert Saleh handling the situation the way that you would expect a veteran coach who's done this job before to do it. So first test as far as Saleh's command of the thing passed to me, because I've seen Callahan fail that very same test in almost the exact same scenario 2 years removed. And I'm not saying that we should have known then that it wasn't going to go well with Callahan, because you do afford a first-time coach some level of grace, but in the ways that this team needs some kind of overarching presence to help keep it on track, that was a good thing for us to see happen, see take place, and to see how the coaching staff respond. That makes you feel better about the people who are running this thing.
The rude way to put it would say there is an adult in the room now, someone who can take charge in these situations and could probably understand from a better light of where Jeffrey is coming from in these moments, being a defensive coach.
And understand that, like, these things are just going to happen.
Right.
They happen across the NFL. I liked him getting up to the podium immediately and being like, man, those D linemen sure like to fight, don't they? Like, it's almost just laughing it off because it's a thing that happens.
Right.
You just have to draw a line at some point, and you don't make a bigger deal of it than it is, and you also don't let it skate by the way that, like you said, Callahan certainly did when we saw him challenged with that a couple of years ago.
Because you can't let it become a bigger deal. You can't let it encompass all of practice because Jeff is going to rush against J.C. Latham again and is going to rush around J.C. Latham again. If you make it a thing, then it's going to constantly be a scab that's going to be picked at. But if you just squash it, hey, it's hot out here. You guys don't like each other practicing. That's fine. Let's just have a good day of practice and everybody get better.
Xavier Legette carted off the field.
Oh, my goodness.
Dude, the Panthers cannot get
That's
right.
crazy.
Has anyone checked around the infrastructure of Charlotte to see if there's a electrical substation?
Danielle Stein of WCNC.
Oh, Franken's daughter.
Can I go home now?
You got one courtesy laugh across the room.
Yeah.
That's great.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, so that's Brazel down for the year.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens with Legette.
Mitchell Evans out.
And the linebacker, whose name
Nick
is
Scourton,
done for the year. That's crazy.
They're going to have to scour the earth to find who's going to replace him.
Right,
Jadeveon Clowney signed with the Texans yesterday.
I can't send you to the
Unload
shadows
the clip.
because the shadows would be literally. We have to talk about Clowning at some point. We have not talked about. We had a whole mess of things.
We do. Bijan got paid. Zay got paid. Clowney's back in Houston.
Jonah Hill's a D-bag. We got to talk about all these things tomorrow when we get back in
Why is
studio.
everyone so upset about this?
Because
we have 4 minutes left. We can talk about Jonah now.
No.
Josh Heupel's cussing at the
I don't
podium.
want to talk about it now. I don't want to talk about it now. We got 3 hours of nonsense to do back in studio tomorrow without football practice to bail us out.
What he said is D-baggy, but he's not wrong. Anybody that does
I don't disagree with
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu can probably whoop anybody who doesn't ass.
As somebody with bad tone, his tone was bad.
Yes. Well, I mean, that's something he suffered with, right? Like the whole thing when he was married to the other girl and the text messages came out.
I
Like,
just
don't
hate
like
to
you
think
surfing.
that Jonah Hill, who I enjoy and everything that he does, is just he seems to be the worst, and I don't want that to be true.
Yeah.
I don't want that to be so.
What's our guy from Walking Dead that was in the Odyssey? That's like
John Bernthal.
John Bernthal in the clip from Wolf of Wall Street where they're like, "Hey, I'm really going to hit you." Have you guys seen the behind the scenes on any of
No.
this? So the scene where he ends up decking Jonah Hill's character. They couldn't get a good take. Like, Jonah would either oversell it or they couldn't get close enough.
Yeah.
So John was like, you know what, dude? I'm just going to deck you. Is it okay if I deck you? He's like, you can hit me as hard as you want after it's over with, but I'm going to hit you because it needs to look real, and I'm tired of doing this take. And Jonah was like, I don't know, man. Like, you're like a Shane from The Walking Dead.
In that movie, he literally plays a dude that, like, has a bench press in his mom's backyard, like the wife beater and everything. Like, he's just huge.
So they finally convince him, and he lays on the ground. Like he just knocked the hell out of him. But ever since then, I knew he had to have a little weenie in him.
Oh. Pause.
Or
Poor Jonah.
On him. Around. All right.
Maybe you just finished the radio show.
We got a minute and a half. We got a minute and a half here, guys.
How much more worse can you make this in a minute and a half?
Holiday World.
Oh, yes. No. I want to save all this. I want to save BTS. We have 3 hours in studio tomorrow. We have no football practice to call.
Okay,
we have many things. What I will say, though, is a huge congratulations to our friend Madison Hawk.
That's right.
Yeah.
Who is a new full-time ESPN sideline reporter, which makes us very happy. Mads has been doing a lot of NBA work, a lot of MLB work these last couple of years, and saw today that she was officially a part of the ESPN college football broadcast crew rollout. So she and Dawn Davenport are now full-time colleagues, which makes us very happy to see. Well done by Mads.
Can I tease Holiday World then?
Okay, sure.
So all day, I had to trudge through these roller coasters. Roller coasters are not my things. Big fellas are not supposed to move that fast.
Really? You don't like? I'm stunned by that. I enjoy roller coasters.
I do not like roller coasters, so I had to trudge through it, finally get to the water park, and it was everything I could have ever dreamed for, aside from one thing.
The wave pool.
You'll have to find out. You'll have to find out tomorrow.
Oh,
You'll have to find. That's what we call in the radio business a tease, my good sir.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday, everybody. That's going to do it for us today from the Titans practice facility. Back in studio tomorrow.